Chapter 1755. Even a nouveau riche cultivator like Chin Fon felt that the fee for the intercontinent limited-time tour launched by the Black Glory Chamber of Commerce was too expensive. 10 million high-grade spirit stones a day. What kind of concept was that? Most importantly, there was a time limit for such transcontinental travel. According to Darklight, it was usually 7 days. After 7 days, one would be sent back to the North Sand region. What was the difference between going there and not going there? Even so, there were still many representatives of large chambers of commerce who were so excited that they even forgot that they were still participating in the Chamber of Commerce's competition and wanted to sign up for the Intercontinental Limited Time Tour on the spot. President Darklight, count me in. I'm willing to spend 70 million spirit stones to take a look at the South Flat State. Guild Master Darklight, can you elaborate? He could choose any of the other 3 continents with 70 million spirit stones, right? Every continent has 7 days. 70 million, and you can stay in Eastfield Continent for 7 days? This is such a good deal. When some super rich people spoke, the other cultivators were so depressed that they didn't want to speak. There was a huge gap between the rich and the poor everywhere. Indeed, comparisons were odious. All right. We're still in the Merchant City Chamber of Commerce. As for the specifics of the intercontinent limited time travel, we'll talk about it after the Chamber of Commerce ends. Darklight was very satisfied with the response of the nouveau riche cultivators. The business of intercontinental limited time travel was originally targeted at the nouveau riche cultivators. As long as he could capture their appetite, it would be a success. It was already the Dragonsword Chamber of Commerce's turn to introduce their special services, but everyone's thoughts were still on the intercontinental limited time travel. It had to be said that this service launched by the Black Glory Chamber of Commerce was too shocking. Quiet down, everyone. I'm going to introduce the new business launched by the Dragonsword Chamber of Commerce this time. I believe it won't disappoint you. Sect Master Long's ethereal voice rang out. Judging from his tone, he did not seem to be nervous or worried about the Black Glory Chamber of Commerce launching the Intercontinent Limited Time Travel Service. The cultivators quickly calmed down. In the past, the Dragonsword Chamber of Commerce had always been the champion of the Chamber of Commerce, and the special services they proposed were all very shocking. Sect Leader Long, don't keep us guessing. Hurry up and tell us. This time, the Black Radiance Chamber of Commerce has actually launched an intercontinent limited time travel service. I feel that the Dragonsword Chamber of Commerce is in danger. You guys are underestimating the Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce too much. Their reputation as the #1 Chamber of Commerce in the Northern Sand region is not just for show. The cultivators discussed among themselves, feeling that this was no longer a Chamber of Commerce competition, but a solo performance between the Black Radiance Chamber of Commerce and the Dragon Soaring Chamber of Commerce. Darklight's face was covered by the black hat, and his expression could not be seen clearly. However, from the sudden chill in his body, one could guess that he was nervous. Seeing the enthusiastic reaction of the cultivators below the stage, Dragonsoul wore a faint smile on his face. That ethereal voice sounded again. Everyone, please calm down. Our Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce has launched a 100-person true spirit service. Once this service is launched, it will definitely drive the cultivators of the entire Northern Sand region into a frenzy. Sect Leader Long made it sound so mystical that it instantly piqued everyone's interest. Even Chin Fon became more spirited. He really wanted to know what kind of business could make all the cultivators in the North Sand region go crazy. This old man couldn't be bragging, right? Sect Master Long, what's the 100-people true spirit business? Someone asked impatiently. 100 True Spirits is the name I came up with. Just as the name implies, our Dragonsword Chamber of Commerce intends to select 100 cultivators and help them break through to the true spirit realm within 3 years. Voila! The whole venue was in an uproar. Let 100 cultivators step into the true spirit realm? And in just 3 years? This joke was a little too much. Many cultivators even suspected that there was something wrong with their ears. Sect Leader Long, you're not joking, right? Let 100 cultivators step into the true spirit realm? How is that possible? Soon, a large number of cultivators began to question. One should know that the spiritual energy in the North Sand region was scarce. Those who could step into the Buddha light realm were already considered high-level cultivators. As for true spirit realm cultivators, there were probably less than 1,000 of them in the entire North Sand region. Yet, the Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce boasted that they would train 100 of them within 3 years. Everyone, please calm down. Let me explain the details of the 100-person true spirit business first. Sect Leader Long smiled. As everyone knows, the North Sand region is the place with the least spiritual energy among the 4 great continents of the divine mainland. It's not easy to step into the true spirit realm. That's why the 100-person true spirit business this time is extremely strict with the selection of cultivators. First, they must step into the Buddha Light Fourth transformation. Then, they must be cultivators with spiritual roots, and their cultivation talents must be at least at the level of a genius. The Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce won't guarantee that these 100 people will step into the true spirit realm. We can only guarantee that they will be given the best cultivation resources and the personal guidance of me and the branch presidents. Whether or not they can break through to the true spirit realm will depend on their own luck. The top-notch cultivation resources provided by the Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce and the personal guidance of Sect Leader Long and the branch presidents. Just these 2 points alone were enough to make the crowd boil. Sect Leader Long, I've already stepped into the Buddha Light 6 transformation, and I have a water spiritual root. Can I sign up for the 100-person true spirit business? A cultivator began to fight for a spot. Instantly, the 1,000 Traders building was in an uproar. Those cultivators who were at the Buddha Light 4th transformation and above all fought to sign up. At this time, the tens of thousands of cultivators who were watching the void formation outside the 1,000 Traders building could not remain calm. The 100-person true spirit business proposed by the Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce is too awesome. It's a pity that I can't sign up. You're muddle-headed. This business doesn't require you to be a member of the Chamber of Commerce. As long as you've reached the Buddha Light 4th transformation and have a spiritual root, you can sign up. We could do it too. That's right. We can sign up too. I feel like I'm going to step into the true spirit realm in 3 years. I'm starting to get arrogant. What should I do? The shouting outside the 1,000 Traders building was much louder than inside, surging like a tsunami. However, the 1,000 Traders building had a soundproofing array, so the cultivators inside could not hear anything. After learning about the Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce's new business, the faces of the Black Radiance Chamber of Commerce disciples darkened. Even they felt like they had failed. Just as the crowd was unable to calm down, Sect Leader Long's voice sounded again. Everyone, don't get too excited. I haven't finished yet. Because the 100-person true spirit business this time is to groom true spirit realm powerhouses, the cultivation resources required are all very precious. So the registration fee is definitely not low. Each cultivator needs a cultivation fee of 100 million high-grade spirit stones. Gah! As soon as these words came out, the originally lively scene suddenly quietened down. At least 99% of the cultivators were so scared that they did not dare to speak anymore. Previously, the Black Radiance Chamber of Commerce proposed an intercontinent limited time travel project that required 10 million high-grade spirit stones a day, which was already unacceptable to most cultivators. Now, the Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce's fee was even more ferocious, 100 million high-grade spirit stones per person. 100 million it is. As long as I can break through to the true spirit realm, spending this amount of spirit stones is definitely worth it. That's right. Compared to spending 70 million spirit stones to travel to the other 3 continents for 7 days, spending 100 million to break through to the true spirit realm is nothing. I want to sign up now. Sect Leader Long, count me in. I'm willing to pay 150 million high-grade spirit stones. Download the app on your phone, Baidu search keywords, Bookkeeper app, or directly visit the official website. Chapter 1756. The Chamber of Commerce was about to turn into an auction. The rich cultivators were fighting to sign up for the 100-person True Essence Project. No one was interested in the intercontinent limited-time travel business anymore. The members of the Blacklight Chamber of Commerce were so angry that they kept silent with cold faces. Sect Leader Long was very pleased. He glanced at Dark Light from time to time, full of provocation. Dark Light did not do anything. He was also shocked by the 100-person True Essence project. Everyone, please calm down. We are still in the Chamber of Commerce. After the Chamber of Commerce ends, we will open the 100-person True Essence project. Sect Leader Long smiled. The nouveau riche cultivators were suppressing their excitement. Although they were no longer shouting, their flushed faces showed their excitement. Some were even urging the Chamber of Commerce on. Sect Leader Long, the second round of competition is over. Let's move on to the last round. The last round will test the funds of each Chamber of Commerce. That's simple. Everyone just needs to report the amount of funds to determine the ranking. Everyone had forgotten about the China Chamber of Commerce. Perhaps some still remembered that the China Chamber of Commerce did not display any special services. However, after the 100-person True Essence project of the Dragon Rise Chamber of Commerce, no one cared about the existence of the China Chamber of Commerce anymore. At the end of the day, it was just a small Chamber of Commerce that had just been established. Even if they were lucky enough to open up some areas in Jiangchuan, how could they launch an eye-catching business? All right, let's move on to the third round of capital competition. Sect Leader Long knew that the China Chamber of Commerce had yet to display, but he pretended not to know. As Dark Light was suppressed by the Dragon Rise Chamber of Commerce in the second round, he was not in the mood to care about the China Chamber of Commerce. Wait, the China Chamber of Commerce has yet to appear. Qin Fan's voice suddenly came. Many cultivators were suddenly awakened. All right, there's still the China Chamber of Commerce. They're the champion of the first round of the Chamber of Commerce. I would have forgotten about that kid if he didn't speak. However, there's no need for the China Chamber of Commerce to display. It's just a waste of everyone's time. Maybe the China Chamber of Commerce can surprise everyone. The crowd was in an uproar. Sect Leader Long looked at Qin Fan playfully and said, "So the China Chamber of Commerce has yet to appear. I almost forgot about this new faction. Hurry up and display it." Qin Fan knew that Dragon Soul was doing it on purpose. Although he was displeased, he could not do anything to the old man for now. In actuality, Qin Feng still hadn't thought about what business to launch. This was his first time participating in the Merchant City Chamber of Commerce, and he had only just found out about the competition process. Why aren't you speaking? If there's no new business, we'll proceed to the third round of the competition. The Dragon Soul lost its patience after waiting for a while. Qin Feng really wanted to kick that old fart, but he knew that would be suicidal. He thought quickly, and his eyes suddenly lit up. The Huaxia Chamber of Commerce has launched the 1,000 Buddhas Light project this time. It will not disappoint everyone. As soon as he finished speaking, the myriad merchant house became noisy. 1,000 Buddha Aura project? What the hell is this? Why does it feel like it's an imitation of the Dragon Sword Chamber of Commerce's 100 True Spirit project? Could it be that the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce wants to nurture 1,000 Buddha Light State cultivators? Although there were many Buddha Light Realm cultivators in the North San region, it wasn't easy to step into this realm. Wasn't China Trade Union a newly established trade union? Where did they get the strength to nurture 1,000 Buddha Light cultivators? Everyone, don't listen to that brat's bragging. This Huaxia Chamber of Commerce sure is funny. When they heard that the Dragon Sword Chamber of Commerce had launched a 100-person True Spirit business, they immediately came up with a 1,000-person Buddha Light. Even I feel ashamed for them. Listening to these discussions, everyone was not optimistic about the 1,000 Buddhas Light project. They even scoffed at the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce's actions. But not everyone was against this business. In fact, many cultivators were excited when they heard about the 1,000 Buddhas Light project. However, they were also doubting the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce's strength, so they didn't dare to speak up for the time being. Lest they slap their own faces, Qin Fan did not care about everyone's reaction. He continued, "The 1,000 Buddhas Light project is as its name suggests. Our Huaxia Chamber of Commerce plans to find 1,000 cultivators and nurture them into Buddha Light Realm cultivators within 3 years." Even the explanation was the same as the Dragon Sword Chamber of Commerce. This was blatant piracy. However, Qin Fan did not feel guilty at all. He did not have a good impression of the Dragon Sword Chamber of Commerce. That group of treacherous people had initially wanted to put him under house arrest on the Dragon Sword Chamber of Commerce's flying ship to refine pills. Later on, Long Outyin even went to the square tower to kick him when he was down. Why should Qin Fan give them face? As for why he suddenly had the idea of piracy, it was because Qin Fan had been living in the Huaxiao land, where piracy was common. Bastard! How dare you steal our Dragon Sword Chamber of Commerce's new business? You must be tired of living. Sect Master Long suddenly flew into a rage. With a roar, a strong gust of wind blew in Thousand Traders Tower, as though a storm was brewing. Many cultivators immediately channeled their inner chi to defend themselves, but they were still suffocated. That aura was heading straight for Qin Fan, making him feel a sense of impending doom. However, the aura was so strong that Qin Fan felt as though he had been immobilized. He could not move even if he wanted to. Wong. A buzzing sound echoed in Thousand Traders Tower. Unknowingly, an air barrier had appeared in front of Qin Fan. After the aura of the dragon's soul collided with the air barrier, the two powerful auras dissipated at the same time. Other than the vibrating air and the sound of a swarm of bees flapping their wings, it was as though nothing had happened. Dark Light, what is the meaning of this? Are you purposely going against the Dragon Sword Chamber of Commerce? Sect Master Long did not make another move. A cold aura shot to his side. An ancient and powerful aura shot out from Dark Light's body as he said in an ethereal voice, Sect Master Long, I'm not going against the Dragon Sword Chamber of Commerce. It's just that as one of the judges for this year's Chamber of Commerce competition, I have to fulfill my responsibility. On the other hand, the Dragon Sword Chamber of Commerce has been trying to suppress the Huaxiao Chamber of Commerce time and time again. Don't tell me you're afraid that the Huaxiao Chamber of Commerce will steal your limelight? Sect Master Long, you're bending the law for personal gain. As a judge of the Chamber of Commerce, who would be willing to be labeled as bending the law for personal gain? Dragon Soul was instantly enraged. Dark Light, don't you dare slander me. The truth is right in front of us. It's the Huaxiao Chamber of Commerce that stole the Dragon Sword Chamber of Commerce's new business. That's why I'm teaching that arrogant little grandson a lesson. Sect Master Long, you're being a little overbearing. There's no rule that only one Chamber of Commerce can propose the same business. There are many chambers of commerce that propose the same business in every Chamber of Commerce competition. I've never seen Sect Master Long lose your temper before. His words rendered Dragon Soul speechless. It was true that he wanted to suppress Qin Fan, so he would take action whenever he had something on him. Thank you, Senior Dark Light, for upholding justice. Qin Fan acted according to the situation. Dragon Soul was so angry that he was about to explode again. Dark Light spoke first. Don't worry, Qin Fan. As one of the judges of the Chamber of Commerce, I'll fulfill my responsibility. You just have to continue introducing the Thousand Buddhas Light Project. If anyone dares to bend the law for personal gain again, I won't let him off easily. His words were obviously hinting at Sect Master Long, but Dragon Soul could not say anything. Otherwise, it would mean that he had admitted to bending the law for personal gain. Not only did he not refute Dark Light, he even said, that's right. With me, Dragon Soul, here I won't allow anyone to break the rules that the Chamber of Commerce has established for hundreds of years. Everyone sighed inwardly. These two chamber masters were both cunning old foxes. In fact, neither of them was a good person. However, they only dared to complain in their hearts. If they said it out loud, they would be courting death. Sect Master Long remained silent with a cold face. Qin Fan heaved a sigh of relief. After looking at Dark Light gratefully, he continued explaining the Thousand Buddhas Light Project. There are many Buddha's light cultivators in the northern Sand Continent, but it's not that easy to break through to the light of Buddha's light. Our China Chamber of Commerce has launched the Thousand Buddhas Light Project. We promise that within 3 years, all 1,000 cultivators will be able to step into the light of Buddha's light. Whoosh! The crowd went wild again. It was actually a full refund. Young Hero Qin, are you kidding? We could get a full refund if we can't break through to the light of Buddha's light. President Qin, you mentioned earlier that the time limit for the 1,000 Buddha's Light project is 3 years, right? 100% to step into the light of Buddha's light within 3 years? That sounds tempting. How many spirit stones is the registration fee? Some of the cultivators who were tempted began to ask. In fact, most of the cultivators present were only Saint Kings. Compared to the 100 True Soul project, the 1,000 Buddha's Light project targeted a wider range of customers. Seeing everyone's enthusiastic reaction, Qin Fen was very satisfied. It seemed that the pirated version was not only useful in China, but also in the Divine Continent. That's right. The 1,000 Buddha's Light project has a time limit of 3 years. The participants are Saint King level 4 and above, regardless of whether they have spiritual roots or not. The registration fee is 1 million high-grade spirit stones. If you can't break through to the light of Buddha's light within 3 years, all the spirit stones will be refunded. A million spirit stones could allow a Saint King to step into the light of Buddha's light. This was definitely a profitable deal. This time, the crowd went wild. But this was just the beginning. What Qin Fen said next shocked everyone. Let me add one more thing. For all the cultivators who successfully sign up for the 1,000 Buddha's Light project, our China Chamber of Commerce will provide 1 spirit surge pill for free. Gah! The crowd went silent. Everyone was so shocked that they couldn't speak. Now, the spirit surge pill was popular in the entire northern sand continent. It had become the most sought-after pill in the eyes of billions of cultivators. But the supply of the spirit surge pill was limited. In the entire northern sand continent, only the Square Tower was refining it. As for the other pill shops, they were only selling it on behalf of others. But Qin Fen was giving away 1,000 spirit surge pills for free. How extravagant was this? Even the disciples of the Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce and the Black Radiance Chamber of Commerce were dumbfounded. President Qin, you're not joking, right? Your China Chamber of Commerce can get 1,000 spirit surge pills? Very soon, someone came to his senses and voiced his doubts. This question was on everyone's mind. Thousands of eyes stared straight at Qin Fen. Once again, he became the focus of the entire venue. Since I dare to say these things in the Merchant City Chamber of Commerce's competition, I naturally wouldn't lie to everyone. If you're still worried, I could tell you something. Actually, I refined the Spirit Surge pill not long ago at the Pill City's Pill Shop Conference. Chapter 1757. For a moment, the screams were like surging waves. Guild leader Qin, are you joking with us? I remember now. The young hero who concocted the spirit charging pill at the Pill Workshop Conference is called Qin Fen. I heard that he has a deep relationship with the Square Tower. Update quickly, no ads. There are also rumors that young hero Qin is Senior Long's only disciple. This relationship is too powerful. Holy shit, so he is that young hero Qin. Many people suddenly realized that Qin Fen was young hero Qin, who had become famous at the Elixir Workshop Conference not long ago. After his identity was exposed, everyone believed that the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce could provide 1,000 spirit surge pills. Young Master Qin, I'm willing to pay 1 million upper grade spirit stones to sign up for the 1,000 Buddha's Light project. Guild leader Qin, I can pay you 2 million. Just give me the spirit surge pill. 1 million high-grade spirit stones for a free spirit surge pill and a promise to break through to the Buddha light stage within 3 years. Why do I feel like I'm dreaming? Even though the spirit surge pill only cost 50,000 spirit stones per pill in the four-way tower, it was still in short supply. There were spirit surge pills on sale in the black market, but the price of a single spirit surge pill was at least 500,000 high-tier spirit stones. When sect leader Long saw that the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce had suddenly become the center of attention and that no one was interested in the 100-person true spirit business, his expression turned extremely cold. He glared at Qin Fen with a murderous look in his eyes. All of you, quiet down. This is the competition venue of the Merchants Chamber of Commerce. Whoever dares to do anything unrelated will be forced to withdraw from the competition immediately. Sect Master Long's ethereal voice rang out. Earlier, when everyone asked the Dragonsword Chamber of Commerce about the 100 True Spirit Project, he did not say anything. Sect Leader Long, you don't have to be angry over such a small matter. Didn't you get angry when everyone signed up for the 100-person True Soul event? Dark Light would not let go of any opportunity to humiliate Dragon Soul. Dark Light, are you looking for trouble on purpose? The Dragon Soul exuded a powerful aura. He Yao chuckled and said, Sect Leader Long, you've misunderstood. The second round of the competition has ended and the scores are out. I'll now announce the results. White Tiger Commerce scored 3-0 in the second round, ranking 97th in both rounds. The Flying Cloud Chamber of Commerce scored 3 points in the second round and ranked 10th overall. The Black Glory Chamber of Commerce scored 3 points in the second round, ranking 3rd overall after 2 rounds. The Dragonsword Chamber of Commerce scored 9-0 in the second round, ranking 2nd overall. China Chamber of Commerce scored 9-3 in the second round, ranked 1st overall. Most of the Merchant Association scores and rankings were within everyone's expectations. However, the Flying Cloud Merchant Association became a dark horse that charged into the top 10 merchant associations, causing the crowd to exclaim in surprise. However, no matter how powerful the Flying Cloud Trade Union was, it couldn't compare to the Huaxia Trade Union. This trade union, which had only been established for less than half a year, had already taken the lead in the first 2 rounds of the competition. The people of the Dragonsword Chamber of Commerce were very dissatisfied with their current results. They had been a number 1 Chamber of Commerce in the Northern Sands region for a long time and had never thought that they would be surpassed. Moreover, it would be fine if they were surpassed by the Black Glory Chamber of Commerce. But if they were to be snatched away by a newly established Chamber of Commerce, it would be shameful enough to say it out loud. The third round will now begin. Sect Leader Long coldly glared at Qin Feng before announcing the start of the final round of the Merchant Cities Chamber of Commerce. Regarding this competition of funds, Sect Leader Long was full of confidence. After all, the Soaring Dragon Merchant Guild had been developing in the Northern Sand region for a long time, and the depth of their foundation was not something that ordinary merchant guilds could compare to. Even the Black Radiant Merchant Guild could not compare to them. The capital competition was also conducted according to the total results of the first 2 rounds, from lowest to highest. 3 chambers of commerce, 35 teleportation points, 2 cities, 1 market, and 1 billion high-grade spirit stones. The Sky Mountain Chamber of Commerce has 150 teleportation points, 15 cities, 3 markets, 2 large flying true artifacts, 2 sacred cultivation grounds, 20 billion high-grade spirit stones. Although Qin Feng was prepared, he was still shocked when the Chamber of Commerce reported their financial situation. This was especially so for the current top 10 merchant associations in the Northern Sand region. Their foundations were so strong that it left one speechless. Even the Heaven Mountain Merchant Association was only the 7th largest merchant association in the Northern Sand region, but the resources they possessed were extremely abundant. However, this was only the beginning. Following that, the Chamber of Commerce's influence became even more ferocious. Every time a fund was reported, it would cause a cry of surprise. Soon, it was the Blacklight Chamber of Commerce's turn to appear. The originally noisy Thousand Traders Tower suddenly quietened down as thousands of gazes landed on Blacklight with anticipation. Black Glory Merchant Guild has 1,552 teleportation points, 150 cities, 15 city squares, 5 large flying true artifact grade flying true artifact, 1 intercontinent flying true artifact, 5 sage realms, 500 billion high-rank spirit stones. Blacklight's voice was faintly discernible, but it sounded like thunder exploding in everyone's mind. As expected of the second largest merchant association in the Northern Sand region. Just the amount of resources it possessed took an incense's time to recite it. TSK, TSK. If only I had all these resources, I would be able to break through the Nihility God stage, much less the Buddha Aura True Spirit. Black Glory Merchant Guild's foundation is not limited to this. President Blacklight must be hiding something. After all, he can't possibly reveal everything. Black Glory Merchant Guild is already so powerful. I really can't imagine how strong the Soaring Dragon Merchant Guild's foundation is. The audience discussed incessantly. Qin Feng was so shocked that he did not want to speak anymore. In order to participate in the Merchant City's Chamber of Commerce, Qin Feng brought all 360 million spirit stones that he had. He even got Sea Medicine Sect, South Pavilion Chamber of Commerce, and other forces to contribute funds to participate. Even so, China Chamber of Commerce had only raised a total of 1.5 billion high-ranked spirit stones. Based on the funds reported by the other merchant associations, this amount of spirit stones could only be ranked at the bottom. Moreover, China Chamber of Commerce had just been established not long ago. It did not have many teleportation points, nor did it have many cities. It had not even occupied a single market. As for large airships, it did not even have a single one. Sage Realm cultivation and Continental Flight cultivation weapons were out of the question. President Blacklight had already finished speaking. The cultivators below the stage were still in shock. At this moment, Dragon Soul stood up and spoke. The Dragon Sword Chamber of Commerce has 2,552 teleportation points, 350 cities, 50 city squares, 10 large flying true artifact grade flying true artifacts, 2 intercontinent flying true artifacts, 10 sage cultivation grounds, 3 spirit vein cave mansions, 1 trillion high-grade spirit stones. After Dragon Soul reported the situation of Soaring Dragon Merchant Guild, the noisy Thousand Traders' house quietened down. Everyone was shocked. They had long been shocked by the Soaring Dragon Merchant Guild's deep foundation. They could not even speak. Even Qin Feng was shocked. The strength of Soaring Dragon Merchant Guild had exceeded his expectations. Only now did he realize what a powerful force he had offended. It was not easy for him to survive until now. In this Merchant City's Chamber of Commerce, Soaring Dragon Merchant Guild had suppressed everyone in all 3 rounds. Even Black Glory Merchant Guild had fallen by a level. If not for the sudden appearance of China Chamber of Commerce in the first 2 rounds, Soaring Dragon Merchant Guild will have taken first place this time. Chapter 1758. When it was China Chamber of Commerce's turn, everyone looked at Qin Feng expectantly. Qin Feng had brought unexpected surprises in the previous 2 rounds, so this round would most likely not be any worse. However, everyone was soon disappointed. Qin Feng said, China Chamber of Commerce has 35 teleportation points, 25 cities, 1 market, no true artifact grade large-scale flying true artifact, no continent crossing true artifact grade flying true artifact, no Sage Realm cultivators, a total of 1.5 billion high-grade spirit stones. Qin Feng felt helpless when he reported his own foundation, especially when he was ranked behind Black Radiance Chamber of Commerce and Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce. The difference between them was too great. What's going on? Is China Chamber of Commerce that poor? China Chamber of Commerce has just been established. It's already very good for it to be able to develop to this stage. Naturally, it can't be compared to Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce and Black Radiance Chamber of Commerce. It can't even compare to the top 10 chambers of commerce. If it's this weak, how can they nurture 1,000 light of Buddha cultivators? Where are they going to get those cultivation resources from? As soon as Qin Feng finished speaking, the crowd broke into a heated discussion. Sect leader Long, who had been sullen for the entire morning, smiled and said in an ethereal voice, "All right, today's 3 rounds of the Chamber of Commerce competition have ended. Now, let's calculate the score and total score of the 3rd round." Actually, even without detailed calculations, Dragon Soul knew that China Chamber of Commerce's total score would not exceed Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce's. In the final round, China Chamber of Commerce's foundation was too weak, and they would probably be ranked last. The calculation seemed to take a long time. The disciples of the Chambers of Commerce in Myriad Merchant Building were all eager to move. They were all looking forward to the final ranking results. After about 1.5 hours, sect leader Long stood up. From the joyful expression on his face, it was obvious that Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce had taken first place again. "Huh, This year's Chamber of Commerce's results are out. Now, let me announce the rankings. 231st place, for Leave Chamber of Commerce, total score 6. 3 points. 10th place, China Chamber of Commerce, total score 20. 0 points. Congratulations to 8th place, Flying Cloud Chamber of Commerce. This is the new top 10 Chamber of Commerce in the Northern Sand region, total score 22. 1 points. 2nd place, Black Radiance Chamber of Commerce. 1st place is still Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce. Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce has held the title of number 1 Chamber of Commerce in the Northern Sand region for many years. No one can match it. Sec Leader Long seemed to have it this way. When he reported China Chamber of Commerce and Black Radiance Chamber of Commerce's and Black Chamber, he mentioned it briefly. The ranking of this year's Chamber of Commerce had been decided. Some people were happy, while others were sad. 2 new names appeared in the Northern Sand region's top 10 merchant associations. One was the 10th-ranked Chinese Merchant Association, while the other was the 8th-ranked Flying Cloud Merchant Association. As for the previous 7th-ranked Sky Merchant Association, it had dropped to 12th. It could be seen how intense the competition was in the Northern Sand region. The Huaxia Chamber of Commerce only got 10th place. How unexpected. What's there to be surprised about? After all, their score in the 3rd round was too low. They had pulled down their score from the first 2 rounds. For a newly established trading association like this to be able to squeeze into the top 10 trading associations in the Northern Sand region is already heaven-defying. The Dragon Sword Chamber of Commerce is truly impressive. I wonder how many more chambers of commerce it will be before a new faction can replace them as number 1. The crowd was discussing the new rankings. The Chamber of Commerce had come to an end. Many factions that had dropped in the rankings shook their heads and sighed as they left. Qin Feng was very satisfied with his 10th place. The reason why he had participated in this year's Chamber of Commerce was firstly, to complete the system's quest, and secondly, to become one of the top 10 trading associations in the Northern Sand region. This was because only by entering the top 10 trading associations could they trade with other continents and have the right to travel to the other 3 continents. Ding! Congratulations, host Qin Feng, for completing the 2nd side quest of number 1 Chamber of Commerce. You have successfully participated in a Chamber of Commerce exchange and established the name of China Chamber of Commerce. The system rewards host Qin Feng 500,000 Hedonist points and 1 Flying Cloud drill from Star Saint Technology. Host Qin Feng points total 2,634,000 Hedonist points. The system notification suddenly sounded. Qin Feng couldn't wait to look at the Flying Cloud drill, but a cold voice suddenly sounded in his ears. Qin Feng, your China Chamber of Commerce is one of the new top 10 trading associations. Come with me, I will give you the Chamber of Commerce's honorary jade plate. Qin Feng didn't need to raise his head to know that it was the Dragon Soul's voice. He knew that this old man wasn't just giving him a jade plate. If he really left with him, he would lose his life. For a moment, Qin Feng was not in the mood to study the Star Saint, Flying Cloud drill. Just as he was thinking about how to escape, another voice sounded in his ears. Sec Leader Long, I will handle the jade plate and the registration of the Chamber of Commerce. I have some private matters to discuss with young hero Qin Feng. Qin Feng felt much more at ease. He looked at Dark Light gratefully. Although he knew that the old man did not help him for no reason, he did not need to explain the fact that Dark Light had saved him 3 times. Chairman Qin, can I sign up for the 1,000 Buddhas Aura project now? Both the Dragon Soul and Dark Light used special voice transmissions to communicate with Qin Feng. Apart from Qin Feng, no one else in the room could hear them. A large group of cultivators had already gathered around Qin Feng. They were all here for the 1,000-person Buddha's Aura project. Although the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce had shocked everyone in the last round of the competition, the Free Spirit Surge pill was enough to attract thousands of cultivators to sign up. You can sign up now. However, Chairman Dark Light has something to discuss with me. Why don't you follow me to the Dark Light Chamber of Commerce first? After I finish talking with Chairman Dark Light, we will start the recruitment. Qin Feng purposely pulled these people together. He believed that the Dragon Soul would not dare to do anything to him in front of so many people. That would cause public outrage. The crowd agreed without hesitation. After all, there were many cultivators who wanted to join the Thousand Buddhas Aura project. If they did not go to the Dark Light Chamber of Commerce and queue up now, they would not have the chance to do so. Qin Feng secretly glanced at Dark Light. The latter had already stood up. His body floated in the air like a ghost. His body emitted a layer of light that looked like mist, as if an immortal had left. Qin Feng immediately followed, and the other cultivators from the Chamber of Commerce followed suit. Long Outyin was a little anxious. He glanced at Sect Leader Long, but found that Sect Leader Long was indifferent. Lord Sect Leader, this kid has gone against the Dragonrise Chamber of Commerce several times. Now that he has become the only disciple of Long Qianjun, we can't let him go just like that. Seeing that Qin Feng had left, Long Outyin could not help but communicate with the Dragon Soul using voice transmissions. None of those who have offended the Dragonsaur Chamber of Commerce will survive. That bastard must die, so there's no need to rush. First, find the culprit who massacred our disciples and bring him to me within 3 days. Since Sect Leader Long had given the order, even if Long Outyin was full of grievances, he could only watch as Qin Feng left. When he recalled that someone had massacred his own disciples in the mall not long ago, his expression turned cold. Chapter 1759. In an ancient wooden house, Qin Feng and He Yao sat cross-legged facing each other. He Yao was still in a black robe with a black hat covering his face, but his aura had changed drastically. The hazy layer of light and mist had disappeared, and his aura had become much more solid. Qin Feng knew that he was facing President He Yao's real body. Junior Qin Feng greets President He Yao. Thank you for saving me several times. In front of a virtual God Realm powerhouse, Qin Feng felt pressured. He still could not figure out He Yao's motive for looking for him. Even though He Yao had saved him previously, it was all to suppress the soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce. He Yao did not speak and took the initiative to pour a cup of tea for Qin Feng. Qin Feng looked at it and was shocked. This was a spiritual tea brewed from a level 6 spiritual grass. Waves of dense spiritual energy wafted out, and just the smell of the tea made one feel refreshed. Great tea. Qin Feng did not stand on ceremony. He took a sip of the spiritual tea and praised it. At the same time, he was amazed at He Yao Merchant Guild's strong foundation to use level 6 spiritual grass as tea leaves. I wonder why President He Yao wants to meet me alone? Qin Feng asked. He Yao raised his head, and Qin Feng finally saw his appearance. It was an extremely young and handsome face, and he seemed to be around the same age as Qin Feng. However, Qin Feng knew that the other party was definitely not that old. He must have eaten some kind of beauty pill to maintain his skin to the appearance of a 20 or 30-year-old. You're Long Qianjuan's disciple? He Yao's question stumped Qin Feng. Qin Feng had thought of hundreds of reasons why He Yao would look for him, but he did not expect the other party to ask about his master. That's right. Master took me in as a disciple a few months ago. Qin Feng did not hide it. This matter had already spread throughout the northern Sand Continent. Do you know the relationship between Long Qianjun and the Soaring Dragon Merchant Guild? He Yao's tone was calm and emotionless. Although Qin Feng had entered the Imperial Spirit Pill sect, he did not know much about his master. Other than knowing that his master was the top elixir king in the northern Sand Continent and had reached the peak of true Spirit Realm 9, he knew nothing else. Seeing Qin Feng's expression, He Yao understood immediately. Without waiting for Qin Feng to speak, he continued. Long Qianjun and Long Hun came from the same sect and founded the Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce together. Long Qianjun was the president of the Chamber of Commerce, and Long Hun was the vice president. At this point, Qin Feng's expression changed drastically. He suddenly understood many things. It was no wonder that when Long Outyin led a group of people to the square tower to cause trouble that day, not only did Qin Feng fail to intimidate Long Outyin when he mentioned his master, Long Qianjun, but Long Outyin even mocked him. What happened after that? Qin Feng asked subconsciously. Darklight took a sip of the spiritual tea and seemed to be reminiscing about the past. The soaring dragon chamber of commerce had just started, but it developed rapidly and became one of the top 10 chambers of commerce in the northern Sand region. Long Qianjun was about to step into the virtual god realm. It was a double blessing. However, when he was about to break through, the dragon's soul betrayed him, causing Long Qianjun's breakthrough to fail and his cultivation base to plummet. Long Qianjun fought with 12 spirit-detecting realm cultivators and 100 Buddha light realm cultivators for 3 days and 3 nights. In the end, he escaped with severe injuries. In the next few decades, there was no news of Long Qianjun. Many people thought that he had died. Who would have thought that he would resurface in the Pill City Alchemy meet 30 years ago and concocted the immortal grade spirit congealing pill on the spot, becoming the #1 elixir king in the northern Sand region. At this point, Darklight suddenly stopped and drank the spiritual tea leisurely. It seemed that he had finished his story. Qinfen clenched his fists and his eyes were spitting fire. He already had a grudge against the soaring dragon chamber of commerce. Now that he found out that Long Hun was so despicable that his master almost died, his hatred for the soaring dragon chamber of commerce deepened. "Thank you, President Darklight, for telling me the truth. Did you call me here to tell me about this?" Qinfen quickly calmed down. He felt that Darklight was getting more and more mysterious. "This is just a prelude. Now, we could talk about the real business." Darklight glanced at Qinfen and continued. "I have always been straightforward. The reason I saved you previously was to suppress Long Hun's morale. Now that I've called you here, I want to cooperate with you. After all, the enemy of my enemy is my friend." Qinfen understood why Darklight brought up his master's past. This was to create hatred between him and the soaring dragon chamber of commerce. However, Darklight's actions were unnecessary. Even without the incident with Long Qianjun, the conflict between Qinfen and the soaring dragon chamber of commerce could not be resolved. It is my honor to cooperate with the Dark Light Chamber of Commerce. Facing the massive Dark Light Chamber of Commerce, Qinfen did not dare to be careless. Be it in terms of power or wealth, the current China Chamber of Commerce was worlds apart. Don't be anxious. It's hard to say whether we can cooperate or not. It depends on your sincerity. Darklight's voice was emotionless. "Senior Darklight, please speak your mind. Are you willing to hand over the pill formula of the Spirit Surge pill? This way, you can show your sincerity. In the future, the China Chamber of Commerce can enter the teleportation point of the Dark Light Chamber of Commerce. If you encounter any trouble, the Dark Light Chamber of Commerce will do its best to help." It turned out that Dark Light had his eyes on the pill formula of the Spirit Surge pill. This was within Qinfen's expectations. After all, with his current foundation, other than the Spirit Surge pill, there seemed to be nothing else that could attract Darklight. Speaking of the Spirit Surge pill, it was the only pill in the northern Sand region that could develop a cultivator's spiritual roots. Although Lu Hui had taken out an Earth Spirit pill on the soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce's airship, that pill could only help a cultivator develop spiritual roots. How could it compare to the Spirit Surge pill? Therefore, the Spirit Surge pill was extremely precious in everyone's eyes. It could even be called a peerless pill. However, this pill was nothing to Qinfen. In fact, there were records of 2 types of pills that could develop spiritual roots in his possession. It was just that the 2 pill formulas required high-grade spiritual herbs and were not as simple as the Spirit Surge pill. No problem. Using the pill formula of the Spirit Surge pill to obtain the protection of the Dark Light Chamber of Commerce, Qinfen agreed without hesitation. For the first time, Dark Light's expression changed. He did not expect Qinfen to agree so readily. He even said with suspicion, "This is not a game. You better think about it carefully." Qinfen understood Darklight's thoughts and said with a smile, "Actually, if President Darklight really wanted the pill formula, you could have snatched it from my hands. However, Senior did not do so. Instead, you asked for my opinion. This is something that I admire. Moreover, the Spirit Surge pill is a miraculous pill that can benefit all cultivators in the Divine Continent. This pill formula should be made public so that all cultivators can enjoy the benefits of the Spirit Surge pill. Today, I'm giving the pill formula to Senior for free. It's not a big deal. As he spoke, a cowhide scroll fell on the jade table. Darklight grabbed it and read it. His hands gradually trembled. It really is the pill formula of the Spirit Surge pill. Although young Hero Chin's cultivation base is not high, his thinking far exceeds mine. Darklight kept the pill formula. His attitude towards Chin Fan had obviously changed. Chin Fan felt a little depressed. He had seen countless genius cultivators, especially among his peers. None of them had a higher cultivation base than him. This was the first time he met someone who said his cultivation base was low. However, when he recalled that President He Yao had already stepped into the empty God realm, Chin Fan couldn't even find the words to retort. After talking about the Spirit Surge pill, Darklight was curious about how the China Chamber of Commerce had opened up the Jiangchuan region. Although Chin Fan had only opened up over 30 teleportation points, it was already very difficult to achieve this. Chin Fan did not hide anything and told him about the shareholding development strategy. Even President Darklight, who is the second largest chamber of commerce in the northern sand continent, was confused by the business model from Earth. Hee, I'm getting old, and my thinking can't be compared to you youngsters. Although there are still many things that I don't understand about your shareholding strategy, I can feel that this development model is unprecedented and will achieve great results. As the conversation went on, Darklight's view of Chin Fan changed again and again. He even had a strange thought that cooperating with the China Chamber of Commerce was the best choice that Darklight had made. The two of them talked from afternoon to night and settled many details of the cooperation. During the conversation, Chin Fan even mentioned his personal conflict with the Dragon Rise Chamber of Commerce. However, he did not mention the incident where he killed the Dragon Rise Chamber of Commerce's disciples at Merchant City. After all, he had just gotten to know Darklight and had yet to fully understand him. Darklight asked him to stay at Merchant City. As long as he was in Merchant City, the people from the Dragon Rise Chamber of Commerce would not dare to act rashly. After all, Merchant City was jointly guarded by the 10 largest chambers of commerce in the northern sand continent. If anyone dared to cause trouble at Merchant City, they would be punished by the 10 largest chambers of commerce. Even if the dragon's soul killed someone here, it would be punished accordingly. Chin Fan decided to stay at Merchant City for 3 days. Coincidentally, the Chamber of Commerce had just ended and many sects and forces would come to Merchant City to look for the Chamber of Commerce for missions. This was a good opportunity for the Chamber of Commerce to make a name for itself, and Chin Fan did not want to miss it. Young Hero Chin is out. President Chin, can we start the registration for the 1,000 Buddha Aura project? When Chin Fan walked out of the house, it was already late at night. However, he found thousands of cultivators still waiting in the spacious courtyard. It turned out that these people were cultivators from the 1,000 Merchants building. They had been waiting for Chin Fan until now. Their desire for the elixir was obvious. Chin Fan had originally planned to rest in the guest room and study the star sage, flying cloud all. However, when he saw the huge crowd in front of him, he knew that he had to settle the 1,000 Buddha Aura project first. Actually, this project was something that Chin Fan had come up with at the Chamber of Commerce. He had completely copied the 1,000 Buddha Aura project that the Dragon Rise Chamber of Commerce had proposed. Now that these cultivators had taken it seriously, Chin Fan did not know whether to laugh or cry. However, it was not difficult for him to cultivate 1,000 Buddha Aura cultivators. Moreover, the time limit was 3 years, and the cultivators who signed up had to be at least Saint King level 4. Chin Fan believed that as long as he refined more elixirs for Saint King level, it would not be difficult for him to break through. Chin Fan quickly calculated the cost. The registration fee for each cultivator was 1 million high-grade spirit stones, and the cost of the elixirs they needed to break through was at most 100,000 spirit stones. In this way, Chin Fan could make a net profit of 900,000 from each student. 1,000 students would be 900 million high-grade spirit stones. Indeed, in any place, doing business was the most profitable. Chapter 1760. The registration for the 1,000 Buddhas Aura project has begun. As long as you're 4th Realm Saint King, you can sign up. Everyone, please leave your name first. I'll go to Flame Haven in a few days to collect the fees. Since he was going to start the 1,000 Buddhas Aura project, it was necessary to find a place to cultivate. Qinfen thought about it and finally chose Flame Haven. He had left the Zhu family in Flame Haven, so Flame Haven was without a master. If Qinfen wanted to, he could conquer the city at any time. In fact, Qinfen had considered letting everyone cultivate in Lingxian Kingdom. After all, the energy concentration there was higher than the average market. However, he couldn't expose Lingxian Kingdom for now. Otherwise, the soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce would find trouble with him. Thousands of cultivators fought to reserve a spot after learning that they could sign up. Some cultivators even paid 1,000,000 spirit stones on the spot, afraid that their spots would be taken away. The crowd finally dispersed after midnight. Qinfen was no longer sleepy, so he went back to his room to study the Flying Cloud All. Star Saint. Flying Cloud All was a type of aircraft produced by Star Saint technology. It was at the same level as Star Saint, 1,000-threaded lightning net, and Star Saint, 100-mile light sniper. However, this aircraft was different from the flying artifacts Qinfen had seen in the Divine Continent. First of all, the material of the Flying Cloud All was very special. Qinfen hadn't even seen it on the Divine Continent. Star Saint, Flying Cloud All made with Universe Stone as the main material. The aircraft was indestructible and light. It was a flying artifact. Energy supply. Any energy source. Qinfen looked at the introduction of the Flying Cloud All and had a general understanding. Sure enough, Star Saint Technology's energy supply was improved to any energy source. It wasn't like the Wind Cloud, Mad Demon Cannon, and the Black Dragon and White Phoenix series of battle armor that required specific energy stones. However, Qinfen was puzzled about the main material of the Flying Cloud All. He didn't know much about Universe Stone, but judging from its name, it wasn't a material that could be found in the Divine Continent. This made Qinfen wonder where the system came from. When Qinfen walked out of his room, the sky was already bright. With a thought, he disappeared into the distance in a flash of golden light. After flying for some distance, Qinfen chose a desolate valley and landed. He looked around to make sure there was no one around before taking out the Star Saint, Flying Cloud All. Buzz! After the Flying Cloud All was released, the surroundings rippled with a strange energy. Qinfen didn't understand the energy that came from Star Technology's products, but he was sure that this energy was different from Spirit Chi. It was like the energy emitted by Energy Star Stones. Although it could also be used for cultivation, it was definitely not Spirit Chi. Moreover, the energy contained in an Energy Star Stone was incredibly powerful. After conversion, it was easier for people to absorb than Spirit Chi, greatly increasing the efficiency of cultivation. Qinfen even considered switching to using the energy from Star Technology to cultivate. However, when he thought of the price of an Energy Star Stone, he immediately dispelled this crazy idea. In its initial form, the Star Saint, Soaring Cloud All was only the size of an ordinary flying artifact. It looked like it could only accommodate 2 people, but Qinfen knew that this Soaring Cloud All could accommodate up to 1,000 people at most. It was not just a simple flying artifact. It could already be called a large-scale flying artifact on the Divine Supreme Continent, just like the flying ship that the soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce used to sail to the Fallen God Sea. Moreover, through this trip to the Merchant City's Chamber of Commerce, Qinfen also learned that there was a flying artifact that was even more powerful than a large-scale flying artifact. It was called the Intercontinental Flying Artifact. This kind of flying artifact had a larger space and could accommodate 10,000 people at the same time. Moreover, the materials used to make it were extremely precious, and it could carry out intercontinental flying activities. Qinfen sighed slightly in his heart. He knew that the Star Saint, Soaring Cloud All could only reach the level of a large-scale flying artifact on the Divine Supreme Continent, but could not be compared to the Intercontinental Flying Artifact. However, he quickly became excited again. After all, suddenly obtaining a large-scale flying artifact was something to be happy about. With a slight thought, the soaring cloud all slowly rose up. As it rose, the flying artifact kept growing bigger. The soaring cloud all's design was a little peculiar. It had a triangular shape, an extremely sharp nose, and a gradually widening tail. Soon, Qianfen realized that when the soaring cloud all grew to its maximum size, it was like a huge dark cloud covering a large part of the sky. He hurriedly shrunk the soaring cloud all again. After all, there were very few forces in the northern Sands continent that possessed large-scale flying artifacts. Moreover, every large-scale flying artifact had its own identification mark. If the soaring cloud all was accidentally discovered by others, it would be unnecessary trouble. Qianfen shrunk the soaring cloud all back to its original state and leaped into the interior of the flying artifact. The space inside was spacious, and it would not feel cramped even if two people were inside. Qianfen threw some spirit stones into the energy supply slot, and the soaring cloud all turned into a flash of lightning and disappeared into the distance. Fast. It's really too fast. Qianfen, who was used to using flying swords and low-grade flying artifacts, was instantly stunned by the soaring cloud all's speed. Although this flying artifact was not as big as the flying artifact that the soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce used to fly to the Fallen God Sea, its speed was definitely not inferior to that ship. Moreover, Qianfen had a premonition that the defense of the soaring cloud all was definitely extremely strong. It was not something that the soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce's flying artifact could compare to. In his excitement, Qianfen drove the soaring cloud all to Face City, and from there to Merchant City. According to the speed of the flying artifact that he had gotten from Li Sha, a round trip would take at least 2 days and 1 night. Now, it had taken him less than half a day. Qianfen had finally satisfied his craving for high-speed flying. He landed in the valley, kept the soaring cloud all, and stepped on his flying sword to return to the Black Radiant Merchant Guild. This soaring cloud all was too powerful, so Qianfen had to be more careful. In the next 2 days, the Black Radiant Merchant Guild's door was almost broken by people. Most of them came to congratulate the Black Radiant Merchant Guild and build a good relationship with them. However, there were also some who came to look for Qianfen. Now that the China Merchant Guild had squeezed into the ranks of the new top 10 merchant guilds in the Northern Sands continent and was able to refine the Spirit Surge pill, its reputation was no longer the same as before. President Qin, there are people outside requesting to see you. Dark Light arranged a superior guest room for Qianfen and assigned 2 early-stage True Spirit Realm cultivators as guards. Qianfen had received too many guests in the past 2 days, so he seemed a little numb and said, "Let them in." A group of cultivators walked into the house, and one of them shouted in surprise, "Young hero Qin, I can finally talk to you." Qianfen recognized the newcomer immediately. It was Lin Hao of the Lin family. Qianfen had formed a deep friendship with Lin Hao and Wen Yiming when they were exploring the Godfall Sea's mystic realm. After that, Qianfen and Wen Yiming went to the Spirit Immortal City, while Lin Hao rushed back to the Lin family. When he left, his Buddha's light was at the first change, and now he had stepped into the second change. "Brother Lin, I wanted to talk to you 2 days ago in the Miria Merchant House, but I couldn't find the chance. Today, let us brothers catch up." Even though Qianfen was famous now, he was still the same Qianfen from before. He did not put on airs in front of Lin Hao. This made Lin Hao very gratified. Chapter 1761. There were more than 20 people who came with Lin Hao, but they weren't disciples of the Xinyuan Lin family. They were all from the Jiangchuan area. "Young hero Qin, let me introduce you. These seniors are the city lords and sect leaders of the Jiangchuan area. They are here to discuss cooperation with the China Chamber of Commerce." Lin Hao smiled and said, "Seniors, this is the famous President Qin in the Northern Sand continent." Qianfen realized that Lin Hao was here to help him recruit forces, and he felt grateful. The China Chamber of Commerce was now one of the top 10 chambers of commerce in the Northern Sand continent. Plus, Qianfen was the owner of the Spirit Surge pill, so he naturally attracted a lot of forces. The cooperation talks went smoothly, and the China Chamber of Commerce gained more than 20 teleportation points in the Jiangchuan area. Lin Hao chatted with Qin Fun for a while and then left. He knew that Qin Fun would be very busy these days. More people came to visit, and Qin Fun knew some of them. The Hai family's head, Hai Yuanba, the One family's head, Wen He, and the pair Celestial Sect's head, Crane Riding Elder, all came. These sects and families were representative of the pair continent's 5-star sections. The 2 sect leaders were at the spirit detecting realm, and the Crane Riding Elder was at the peak of Buddha Light 9 changes. However, the 3 of them couldn't recognize Qin Fun because he had attended the pair continent's auction as Xiao Feng. However, this was to Qin Fun's liking. If he was recognized, these people wouldn't suspect that he had the map of the Purple Cloud Valley. Qin Fun was not only familiar with the pair continent's forces, he even saw the Spiritual Mountain Sect's sect master. The Spiritual Mountain Sect was just a 2-star sect in the North Sand Continent. The reason why Qin Fun welcomed them was that he had met Zhang Yin and Bai Lu when he first came to the Divine Mainland. At that time, Qin Fun brought Lin Bei and the others to join a sect to seek protection. On the way, they met Zhang Yin and his wife. Then, they teamed up and went to the Red Street Market. Qin Fun and the others joined the Spiritual Mountain Sect. Ling Daozi, the sect leader of the Spiritual Mountain Sect, greets President Qin. Ling Daozi was the sect leader of a 2-star sect, but he was only a First Realm Saint King. He stood in front of Qin Fun and trembled uncontrollably. Qin Fun wasn't interested in Ling Daozi and went straight to the point. Are Zhang Yin and Bai Lu disciples of your sect? Ling Daozi was startled. He didn't know why President Qin would suddenly ask this. Zhang Yin and Bai Lu were really disciples of the Soul Mountain sect, and they were now core disciples that were being groomed. Could it be that they had offended Guild Master Qin? If that was the case, the entire Spiritual Mountain sect would be in deep trouble. Seeing how Ling Daozi was too scared to say anything, Qin Fun continued, "You don't need to worry. Zhang Yin and Bai Lu are my friends. You can focus on nurturing them in the future. Also, help me pass on a message. What I said in the past is still valid now. If they don't have a good life, they can come to the Spirit Kingdom to find me." Ling Daozi trembled as he retreated. Even if you beat him to death, he would never have imagined that his 2 core disciples were actually friends of President Qin. Ling Daozi even had the thought of giving up the position of sect master to Zhang Yin. Other than the Soul Mountain sect, Qin Fun also met the sect leaders of Bagua Mountain, Golden Cauldron Mountain, and Ancient Tomb Sect. When he saw the sect leaders of Golden Cauldron Mountain and Ancient Tomb Sect trying to please him, Qin Fun's heart was filled with emotions. When he first came to the Divine Continent, he brought Su Ruoro and the others to seek protection from the sections. At that time, the Hunyuan Sect, Golden Cauldron Mountain, and Ancient Tomb Sect all fancied Su Ruoro and Zhao Lingxian's nature-defying talents, but not Qin Fun and the others. In the blink of an eye, 2 years had passed. Qin Fun had grown from an ant in the immortal Qi realm to a Buddha or a second transformation expert, from a nobody to the chairman of the China Chamber of Commerce, and, at the same time, built the Spirit Kingdom. The elders of Golden Cauldron Mountain and Ancient Tomb Sect could not recognize Qin Fun. They only dared to stand behind their sect leaders and did not even dare to look Qin Fun in the eyes. These few days, Qin Fun had met many people. Among them, there were even some factions that had opposed him in the past. However, because of his fame in the Northern Sand region, these factions all came to beg for forgiveness. This once again made Qin Fun realize the importance of strength. In 3 days, the China Chamber of Commerce had become even more famous. It had negotiated thousands of business deals and roped in hundreds of forces, big and small. After he was done with the affairs of the Chamber of Commerce, Qin Fun planned to go to White Spirit Mountain. But before he left, he first wanted to find He Yao. "Qin Fun, you're the best young man I have ever seen in business. With the development of the China Chamber of Commerce, you will surpass my He Yao Chamber of Commerce in less than 10 years. These days, He Yao had seen Qin Fun negotiate business deals and forces, and he sighed in his heart. Qin Fun smiled. "Chairman He Yao, you must be joking. Your Heiyao Chamber of Commerce has been established for 100 years and has a strong foundation. It is difficult for the China Chamber of Commerce to surpass it. Ever since he obtained the Spirit Surge Pills recipe, Heiyao and Qin Fun had become much closer. He did not beat around the bush and change the topic. Tell me, why are you suddenly looking for me? Qin Fun knew that Heiyao was a straightforward person, so he said directly, President Heiyao, I plan to leave Merchant City. The people of the Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce will definitely target me. I am not afraid of them, but I have built a spirit immortal kingdom outside. I am afraid that the people of the Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce will find me there. After Heiyao understood the reason, he smiled. You don't have to worry about that. Now that the China Chamber of Commerce has become one of the top 10 chambers of commerce in the Northern Sand Continent, you are under the protection of Merchant City. Dragon Soul is the honorary president of Merchant City, so his duty is to protect the safety of the Chamber of Commerce in the Northern Sand Continent. Qin Fun came to a realization. In that case, the Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce will not dare to openly attack my forces. Heiyao looked at Qin Fun with admiration. That's right. They will not touch your China Chamber of Commerce and Spirit Immortal Kingdom. However, Dragon Soul and Long Out Yin are both narrow-minded people. They will definitely do something behind the scenes. Qin Fun was not afraid that the Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce would play dirty tricks. He was afraid that Dragon Soul would send people to destroy Spirit Immortal Kingdom in a fit of rage. Sect Leader Long had already reached the Empty God Realm. He did not even need to take action personally. A clone would be enough to destroy everyone in Spirit Immortal Kingdom. Moreover, your China Chamber of Commerce now has hundreds of forces cooperating with you. Even if Dragon Soul wants to deal with you, he will have to consider his own strength. You can do what you need to. If it really comes to that, the Black Radiance Chamber of Commerce will not sit idly by. Heiyao reassured Qin Fun. The reason why Qin Fun had come this time was because he wanted to hear this from him. To be honest, the forces that cooperated with the China Chamber of Commerce had uneven foundations. Even if they joined forces, they might not be able to defeat the Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce. Moreover, they were only business partners. If the Soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce really wanted to make a move, those forces obviously would not step forward to help. However, if the Black Radiance Chamber of Commerce joined in, the situation would be very different. Thank you, President Heiyao. I have another question. I wonder if the Black Radiance Chamber of Commerce will be heading to the South Pingzhou continent in the near future. I would like to follow and take a look. Qin Fun could not wait to go to the South Pingzhou continent to look for Hua Xianyu. She was a weak girl, and staying in the South Pingzhou continent meant more danger for her. Heiyao clearly misunderstood Qin Fun and thought that he wanted to go to the South Pingzhou continent to develop his business. Don't be anxious about this. The Black Radiance Chamber of Commerce is currently collecting some resources that the South Pingzhou continent lacks. It will take at least 2 months before they can set sail. I will inform you when our intercontinent airship departs. Qin Fun quickly expressed his gratitude. Heiyao continued, Oh yes, the top 10 chambers of commerce in Merchant City will be given free land by Merchant City for development. Your China Chamber of Commerce has already vacated its location. It's on the south side of Merchant City's Central Street. The location is not bad. You can set up the headquarters of the China Chamber of Commerce there. Also, you have been given the title of Honorary Chamber of Commerce Elder by Merchant City. If Merchant City is in trouble in the future, you must do your best to help. Qin Fun did not expect the top 10 chambers of commerce in the North Sand Continent to receive so many benefits. Every inch of land in Merchant City was worth tens of billions of spirit stones. Moreover, the title of Honorary Chamber of Commerce Elder was extremely powerful and could not be bought with spirit stones. After chatting for a while, Qin Fun bade farewell to Heiyao. Before he left, Heiyao gave him a level 6 defensive formation disc. The most powerful one Qin Fun had seen was the level 5 trap formation disc from the Paracontinent auction. He did not expect a level 6 formation disc to appear in the North Sand Continent. However, he quickly understood that this level 6 formation disc was most likely brought back by Heiyao from another continent. This was because Qin Fun had long heard that the most powerful formation master in the North Sand Continent was only a level 5 spirit formation master. Although Qin Fun knew that the soaring Dragon Chamber of Commerce did not dare to openly attack the China Chamber of Commerce and the Spirit Immortal Kingdom, they would definitely ambush him. Therefore, the moment Qin Fun left Merchant City, he used the 100 transformation mask to change into Zheng Shuai's appearance. He stepped on his flying sword and rushed to the Wilderness Valley. He immediately changed into the soaring cloud and spent 5 days and 5 nights rushing back to the Spirit Immortal Kingdom. After several months, when Qin Fun stood before the city gates of the Spirit Immortal Kingdom again, he did not recognize it. He discovered that the Spirit Immortal Kingdom had been rebuilt into the Acropolis City, Hero City. If it were not for the fact that the surrounding terrain had an ancient feel to it, Qin Fun would have thought that he had really returned to Earth. Who is it? This is an important place in the Spirit Immortal Kingdom. Unrelated people, please leave immediately. Just as Qin Fun was reminiscing about the land of China, his grandfather, his father, Qin Duo Heir, and the others, he heard a reprimand. He immediately put away his messy thoughts and saw the guards at the gate glaring at him. He could not help but find it funny that he, the master of the Spirit Immortal Kingdom, was stopped at the gate. "Are you soldiers from the Zhanma Kingdom?" Qin Fun asked. They looked at each other in confusion. The leader of the guards was taken aback, then yelled at Qin Fun, "This is the Spirit Immortal Kingdom. The Zhanma Kingdom no longer exists. Don't talk nonsense." Qin Fun nodded in satisfaction. It seemed that the king of the Zhanma Kingdom, Zhu Changqing, had performed quite well. Qin Fun planned to help him step onto the path of cultivation. "Get out of the way. I am the king of the Spirit Immortal Kingdom, Qin Fun." It was not easy for him to come back. Qin Fun was anxious to see Lin Bei and the other women, as well as Lu Jie and Yun Zhe's group of brothers. As soon as he spoke, the guards' expressions changed drastically. At the same time, several figures flew over and landed around Qin Fun. Chapter 1762. Qin Fun, you're finally back. Boss, you're so cool. You brought a spiritual venerable of true spirit level to Ling Xian Kingdom. Mobile phones are the most efficient and have no ads. Brother-in-law, we heard that the Huaxiao Chamber of Commerce became one of the top 10 chambers of commerce in the Northern Sand region. We're getting stronger and stronger. The women were all happy. The spiritual venerable of true spirit level he mentioned was Long Qianjun, but they didn't know that Long Qianjun was trying to break through to empty god level. "Greetings, King Qin. We have eyes but failed to recognize the monarch. Please forgive us, Monarch Qin." The guards knelt in a row and trembled in fear. They were just normal soldiers of Zhanma Kingdom. They had never seen Qin Fun before. Qin Fun obviously wouldn't argue with these normal soldiers. He waved his hand and told them to stand up. However, as soon as they stood up, they saw King Zhu Changqing rush out in a hurry. He knelt on the ground and begged Qin Fun for forgiveness. The guards were so scared that they knelt again. "Celestial Venerable Qin, please forgive us. We failed to discipline our men." The king of Zhanma Kingdom knelt and kowtowed like a dog. The scene completely shocked the soldiers of Zhanma Kingdom. Qin Fun was speechless. He waved his hand, and a strong wind blew Zhu Changqing and the others up. "You did well. These soldiers didn't know who I was. They didn't do anything wrong," Qin Fun said. Zhu Changqing and the guard let out a long sigh of relief. In reality, there were many cultivators in the Spirit Immortal Kingdom, but according to Zhu Changqing's suggestion, they purposely had the mortal soldiers from the Zhanma Kingdom guard the gate. This was to give people the illusion that this was a mortal kingdom and avoid unnecessary trouble. When Qin Fun saw the normal soldiers, he knew what Zhu Changqing was thinking. That was why he felt this guy did well. He was very smart. Under everyone's escort, Qin Fun entered the Spirit Immortal Kingdom. He discovered that the Spirit Immortal Kingdom had completely changed from inside to outside. Not only did the city gates resemble Acropolis City's Hero City, but the interior had also been remodeled to resemble Hero City. The people of Zhanma Kingdom left. They didn't dare to disturb Qin Fun and the Celestial Venerables. When they arrived at the main hall, Feng Xing got the news and rushed over. "Brother Qin, you're back." "Brother Xing, congratulations on breaking through to the 9 changes of Buddha aura." Qin Fun saw the changes in Xing Sanfang's presence with a single glance. When he first met him in the Red Flower Hall, he was still a Buddhist radiance of the 7 transformations. Ever since Xing Sanfang joined the Spirit Immortal Kingdom, his cultivation had advanced by leaps and bounds, which surprised even Qin Fun. Xing Sanfang was very happy to break through one after another, and he always remembered that he had to rely on Qin Fun's help for his rapid breakthroughs. Although the spiritual qi in the Spirit's Immortal Kingdom was sparse, Xing Sanfang had already discovered something strange. There was a special energy in the city that cultivated even faster than spiritual qi. It's all thanks to the help of Brother Qin's medicinal pills. If I didn't get to know Brother Qin, I'm afraid I'd still be stuck at the Buddha's light 7 transformations, unable to advance. What the parting party said was the truth. Qin Feng didn't bother to be courteous with him because, with their relationship, courteous words were unnecessary. Because of Qin Feng's return, almost all the cultivators in the Spirit Immortal Kingdom rushed over to welcome him. Qin Feng didn't see any trace of his master. After asking around, he found out that his master had already broken through in seclusion right after he arrived in the Spirit Immortal Kingdom. Banquets and drinks were held for the reunion. At night, everyone held a bonfire party. The feeling of drinking and eating made Qin Feng temporarily put down the heavy burden on his shoulders. He looked at the women dancing around the bonfire, and his eyes gradually became misty. "Big Brother Qin Feng, come with me to my room tonight." Zhang Kuku suddenly ran over and dragged Qin Feng away. Along the way to her room, Qin Feng couldn't hold back anymore. Just when he was about to pounce on her, Zhang Kuku pushed him away. "Big Brother Qin Feng, what are you doing?" Qin Feng thought that she was rejecting his welcome, so he smiled and said, "Kuku, it's been so many days since you last rolled around with me. Don't you feel uncomfortable?" Zhang Kuku blushed and pouted her lips in an extremely cute manner. "Let's talk about that later. I have something important to discuss with you, Big Brother Qin Feng." "What is it?" Qin Feng realized that he might have misunderstood. He instantly felt awkward. Zhang Kuku jumped to his side with a smile. Her big, watery eyes were flickering with a cunning light. "Big Brother Qin Feng, can I punch you?" Qin Feng was puzzled, but he quickly said, "Go ahead. My cultivation base is now at the 2nd transformation of the Buddha's light. Your little fist feels like a massage to me, ouch." Before Qin Feng could finish his sentence, Zhang Kuku's little fist had already landed on him. A gust of wind blew in the room, and the second half of Qin Feng's sentence turned into a cry of pain. "Kuku, what's your cultivation base? Why are you so strong? It's so painful, Big Brother Qin Feng." Even Qin Feng couldn't help but take a few steps back after taking Zhang Kuku's punch. Zhang Kuku was so frightened that she ran to him and hugged him. She said with a wronged expression, "Big Brother Qin Feng, you agreed to let me punch you. Please don't be angry." Of course, Qin Feng wouldn't be angry over such a trivial matter. He stared at Zhang Kuku and scanned her body from side to side. His sharp gaze seemed to be able to see through her. Big Brother Qin Feng, don't think about it. Take a look at my body's condition first." Zhang Kuku's pretty face instantly blushed. Qin Feng said seriously, "I'm just checking your body's condition. Try punching me again." Zhang Kuku was in a dilemma. She had only used 50% of her strength in that punch. She was afraid that another punch would hurt Qin Feng. "Big Brother Qin Feng, do you really want to punch me? I haven't used my full strength yet." The corner of Qin Feng's mouth twitched. What kind of monster has this girl become? You used your full strength. I wasn't prepared just now. Now, I'll use my full strength to resist your punch. Zhang Kuku calmed herself down when she realized that Qin Feng wasn't joking. Then, she threw a punch at him. Rumble. Her fist force was very special. It didn't explode the vital energy in her body like a cultivator. Instead, it exploded out with brute force, instantly piercing through the air in front of her. That fierce and violent power was in no way inferior to a cultivator's fist attack. Qin Fun was fully prepared, but he immediately realized that he had underestimated Zhang Kuku's strength. Back when she was still in China, she was the strongest among all the girls. Her strength was even comparable to Qin Fun's. However, after coming to the Divine Continent, Zhang Kuku's cultivation base hadn't improved at all. How did she suddenly improve by leaps and bounds? Rumble. Qin Fun countered the punch with his palm. Two violent auras exploded in the room. A crack appeared on the ground, and a layer of dust fell from the roof. Even though Qin Fun used all his strength to resist the attack, he still couldn't help but take 3 steps back. He looked at Zhang Kuku, who was still in the same posture as before. She was staring at Qin Fun with a silly expression. "Big brother Qin Fun, are you all right?" Zhang Kuku immediately withdrew her punch and ran to Qin Fun as if the punch was nothing to her. Ever since Qin Fun came to the Divine Continent, he had called himself a genius cultivator. However, standing in front of Zhang Kuku was a huge blow to him. He couldn't even see through the changes in this little girl's cultivation base. "Master, it must be because of the ancient giant beast's gene fluid." Little Pig's voice rang in Qin Fun's mind. Qin Fun had long thought of the ancient giant beast's gene fluid. Back in Hero City, Zhang Kuku mistakenly drank the ancient giant beast's gene fluid. Since then, this little girl's body had become uncontrollable. She once went to the sea to hunt sharks, and often went to Devil Beast Mountain to hunt wild beasts. However, after coming to the Divine Continent, Zhang Kuku's strength had stagnated. Now, she had suddenly become so powerful. Qin Fun couldn't understand why. Little Pig could read his mind, so it continued, "Master, it might be related to the energy star stone you left in Spirit Immortal Kingdom." Qin Fun was puzzled. "What's the matter?" "Master, the ancient giant beast gene fluid is made by imitating the genes of ancient giant beasts. The energy supply in ancient times was not spiritual energy, but energy sources like the energy star stone. Now, Spirit Immortal Kingdom's main energy source is the energy star stone. Zhang Kuku's strength has increased by leaps and bounds because of the energy star stone." Little Pig's explanation enlightened Qin Fun. After all, Zhang Kuku was the one who drank the ancient giant beast gene fluid. Therefore, Qin Fun had learned about the ancient giant beast gene fluid a long time ago. According to the system's introduction, the genes of creatures that drank the ancient giant beast gene fluid would change 9 times, and each change would increase their strength by 1 level. Zhang Kuku's sudden increase in strength was most likely due to the strengthening of her genes. Qin Fun recalled Zhang Kuku's situation after she drank the ancient giant beast gene fluid. He realized that this little girl's strength had increased 3 times, which meant that her genes had also changed 3 times. "Big brother Qin Fun, what's wrong with me? Sob sob, am I going to turn into a monster?" Zhang Kuku burst into tears when Qin Fun suddenly stopped talking. Qin Fun quickly held her in his arms and patted her head to comfort her. "Kuku, don't be afraid. I've told you before that the ancient giant beast gene fluid will only strengthen your genes. As for your appearance, physique, personality, and other factors, they will not change. In other words, you will become stronger and stronger. You don't even need to cultivate. All you need to do is wait for your genes to strengthen themselves." As Qin Fun spoke, he began to envy Zhang Kuku. She didn't need to cultivate desperately, but her strength kept increasing. If the cultivators of the Divine Continent knew about this, they would be depressed to death. Qin Fun even planned to drink the ancient giant beast's gene fluid. However, the ancient giant beast gene fluid was a mission reward, and it was not available in the Hedonist Sovereign System's inventory. Obviously, it was a rare item. Qin Fun began to envy Zhang Kuku's good luck. As expected, fortune favors fools. This silly girl mistakenly drank the ancient giant beast's gene fluid. Who would have thought that she would become the Sailor Moon warrior? After fighting with Zhang Kuku, Qin Fun had a rough idea of her cultivation realm. This little girl's strength was at least comparable to a Buddha or a 6 changes cultivator. An ordinary Buddha or a intermediate stage cultivator would not be able to defeat Qin Fun, but Zhang Kuku was able to fight him to a draw. Chapter 1763. After understanding the situation, Zhang Kuku heaved a sigh of relief. She was afraid that she would turn into a monster one day and scare her sisters and Qin Feng. However, there was still something that puzzled her. Big brother Qin Feng, I felt that my strength has stagnated ever since I came to the Divine Continent. Why did I suddenly become stronger? Qin Feng explained, I think it's because of the Energy Star Stone. I left an Energy Star Stone in the Spirit Immortal Kingdom. It's the most convenient and advertising-free website. In the past, you could also break through by absorbing spiritual energy, but the speed was extremely slow. After changing to the Energy Star Stone, the speed of strengthening your genes became faster. That was Qin Feng's personal understanding, and Little Pig thought so too. After solving the problem of her body's mutation, Zhang Kuku returned to her silly self. She knew very well how dangerous the Divine Continent was. Initially, she wanted to fight side by side with Qin Feng and share some of his burden. However, her inability to break through had turned her into cannon fodder. But now, Zhang Kuku felt that she would soon be able to fight side by side with big brother Qin Feng. Qin Feng stared at her. This girl was the most attractive when she was silly. Big brother Qin Feng, why are you looking at me like that? Zhang Kuku blushed, but she took the initiative to jump into Qin Feng's arms. She blinked her big eyes and said, What's the point of looking at me? Qin Feng rolled his eyes. It had been a long time since he was with Zhang Kuku. This girl could not be compared to other women. She did not seem to know what it meant to be reserved. Battle daybreak. Qin Feng started to get busy. When he found out that the Energy Star Stone could speed up Xing San Fong and the others' breakthrough and strengthen Zhang Kuku's genes, he decided to get a few more Energy Star Stones. However, Qin Feng felt helpless when he saw the system's price. The Energy Star Stone was only the size of a fist, but it cost 1 million Hedonist points. After some hesitation, Qin Feng gritted his teeth and bought 2 Energy Star Stones. 2 million Hedonist points were spent in an instant, leaving him with 634,000 Hedonist points. Qin Feng had already arrived at the peak of spiritual Immortal Mountain. After spending half a day, he carved a seal on the 2 Energy Star Stones he had just bought and hid them in the mountain. Currently, the Spirit Immortal Kingdom had a total of 3 Energy Star Stones. When the 2 new Energy Star Stones were placed into the mountain, the magnetic field of the entire kingdom changed drastically. Qin Feng sat on a mountain peak and felt endless, wondrous energy surge into his body madly. His cultivation rapidly skyrocketed. He's going to make a breakthrough. After an unknown period of time, Qin Feng suddenly opened his eyes, and they emitted a pleasantly surprised light. He finally experienced the efficiency of using Energy Star Stones to cultivate. Without much time to think, Qin Feng immediately threw an Essence Buddha pill into his mouth. This was a Class 3 Rank 7 King pill, which could help cultivators in the intermediate stage of the Buddha Light Realm to break through quickly. Qin Feng was only at the second transformation of the Buddha Light Realm, so he should have taken the Buddha transformation pill that cultivators in the early stage of the Buddha Light Realm needed. However, his breakthrough was very different from ordinary cultivators. When he was still in the Saint King realm, Qin Feng had taken the Essence Transformation pill that he needed to break through to the first transformation of the Buddha Light Realm. Now that he was in the early stage of the Buddha Light Realm, he began to take pills for the intermediate stage of the Buddha Light Realm. The Essence Buddha pill melted in his mouth, and dense spiritual energy immediately rippled through Qin Feng's body. There was also an endless supply of energy from the Energy Star Stones around him. Under the fusion of these 2 types of energy, Qin Feng felt his dantian expand rapidly. Not good. I'm going to be struck to death by the lightning tribulation this time. When the energy in his dantian surged wildly, as if it would explode at any time, Qin Feng realized that he was really about to make a breakthrough. However, he suddenly remembered something. Every time he broke through to the Buddha Light Realm, he would trigger the 9 Changes True Thunder. However, this time, he was so excited that he forgot about the lightning tribulation. Now, he didn't even have time to prepare for it. Qianfen was burning with anxiety. He had experienced the 9 changes true thunder twice, and he still had lingering fears about the lightning tribulation in the northern sand region. However, if he gave up on making a breakthrough now, it wouldn't be as simple as dropping his cultivation level. In the future, his cultivation might stop at the second transformation of the Buddha light. However, just as he was panicking, a rumble exploded above his head. The originally clear sky gathered into dense thunderclouds. The lightning tribulation had arrived. Damn it, I don't believe that a mere lightning tribulation can really strike this young master to death. Qianfen had no way out, and he didn't even have a decent spiritual armor. Seeing the numerous lightning bolts that were as thick as a human's waist descending from the sky, he immediately circulated the creation scripture to block them. Rumble. The instant the lightning bolts landed, they formed a sea of lightning around Qianfen. The violent explosions seemed to want to tear him apart, causing him to cry out in pain. His clothes were already in tatters. Qianfen, who had been resolute and determined just a moment ago, was now in a daze. Fortunately, Qianfen managed to withstand the first 2 lightning bolts. His skin had already turned blood red, and his muscles and bones were cracking, as if they were being reconstructed. Qianfen realized that the 3rd level of the Vajra arts, the Crimson Blood Demonic Body, had been activated. However, this layer of defense could only be used against immortal Qi realm opponents. Against the terrifying 9 changes true thunder, it was completely useless. However, he realized that every time the lightning tribulation appeared, he could activate the Vajra arts. This was one of the benefits of the 9 changes true thunder, which could increase the level of the Vajra arts. Qianfen quickly collected his thoughts. Now was not the time to think about other things. This time, only 2 bolts of 9 changes true thunder had fallen, and there were still 7 more lightning bolts. He didn't know how he was going to survive. Master, hurry up and complete the rank 6 defensive formation. Little Pig's voice suddenly sounded. Qianfen was jolted awake. When he left the Blacklight Merchant Guild, President Blacklight gave him a rank 6 formation plate. Originally, he planned to activate the rank 6 formation plate and set it up around the entire Spirit Immortal Kingdom. However, now that his life was in danger, there was no point in keeping the formation plate. Taking advantage of the time when the next wave of lightning was brewing, Qianfen took out the rank 6 defensive formation plate and quickly refined formation flags and spirit stones to perfect the formation. It was rumored that in the entire northern sand region, the most powerful formation master was only a rank 5 spirit formation master, and Qianfen's current formation mastery was only at the rank of a rank 4 formation master. However, perfecting a formation plate and refining a formation were 2 completely different concepts. As long as he had the foundation of a formation plate, with Qianfen's formation mastery, perfecting a rank 7 formation plate would not be a problem. However, time was still a little rushed. When the formation plate was halfway perfected, thunder suddenly rumbled in the silent sky. The second wave of lightning tribulation was clearly about to descend. Did everyone feel it? The energy in Spirit Immortal Kingdom has suddenly increased. At the same time, Lu Jie and the others were rushing towards Spirit Immortal Mountain. 2 energy starstones had suddenly appeared in the Spirited Immortal Kingdom. Everyone could sense the surge in energy, and it came from the Spirited Immortal Mountain. Not good. The weather at Spirit Immortal Mountain has changed, and it's ominous. I'll go take a look first. Halfway through, Xingsan's expression changed drastically. He suddenly increased the speed of his flying sword, turned into a black shadow, and disappeared into the distance. Lu Jie, Yunzhe, and the others also became anxious. However, even though they flew as fast as they could, they still could not see Xingsan's figure. Crackle, crackle. When Xingsan arrived at the top of Spirit Immortal Mountain, he was shocked by the sea of lightning before him. He was also a Buddha's light expert now, and every time he broke through, he would experience a lightning tribulation. However, His lightning tribulation was a normal 3-9 lightning tribulation. So how could it compare to Qin Fun's 9 changes true lightning? This time, 3 waves of lightning descended. Each wave contained 5 or 6 white bolts of lightning as thick as a person's waist. The originally dark sky was lit up by the lightning bolts, and it was even a little blinding. "Brother Qin Fun, are you all right? What's that?" When one of the waves of lightning struck Qin Fun, it directly sent him flying into the air. Xing San was wary of the ferocious lightning tribulation, but he still rushed into the sea of lightning as soon as possible. Qin Fun's head hurt from the explosion, and his body was a bloody mess. Seeing Xing San rush in, he immediately tried to dissuade him. "Brother Xing, this is the 9 changes true lightning. You should leave quickly." Qin Fun realized that he had been too rash this time, and there was an 80% chance that he would die in the sure-kill lightning tribulation. Xing San was stunned, and he even forgot to dodge the lightning attack. He cried out, "9 changes true lightning? You mean one of the northern sand region's 9 great sure-kill lightning tribulations? The 9 changes true lightning?" Qin Fun sighed. He knew that Xing San couldn't escape even if he wanted to. The sea of lightning had already enveloped the 2 of them, and there was no way for them to escape. However, something even more troublesome happened. Lu Jie and the rest rushed over, and when they saw Qin Fun and Xing San in the sea of lightning, they jumped in without hesitation. Some of them were already screaming from the explosion. Qin Fun could no longer remain calm. He forced himself to rush towards the center of the sea of lightning and took the initiative to attract the lightning tribulation to strike his body. He was the only one who knew how powerful the 9 changes true lightning was. Even a cultivator at the first transformation of Buddhist aura would be instantly destroyed by the explosion. "Everyone, get out quickly. This is the 9 changes true lightning, one of the northern sand region's 9 great sure-kill lightning tribulations." Qin Fun shouted. However, even if Lu Jie and the rest wanted to leave, they couldn't. They had already realized how powerful the 9 changes true lightning was, and this was the first time they felt such fear. It was as though their souls would be destroyed if they were to be grazed by the lightning. Xing San finally came back to his senses, but the shock in his eyes did not fade. He couldn't understand why Qin Fun's breakthrough would trigger the 9 changes true lightning. Rumor had it that this was one of the northern sand region's 9 great sure-kill lightning tribulations. It was said that the heavens were jealous of geniuses, and it only appeared once in 1,000 years. In the divine continent's tens of thousands of years of existence, it was said that only a dozen cultivators had triggered the sure-kill lightning tribulations. Before this, Xing San thought that the sure-kill lightning tribulations were just a rumor, a lie made up by some cultivators. He didn't expect that he would be in the middle of the 9 changes true lightning. Even though he had stepped into the 9 changes of Buddhist aura, he could still feel the strong aura of death. This isn't right. Brother Qin has already achieved the 2nd transformation of Buddhist aura. Does this mean that he has successfully avoided the tribulation twice? How is this possible? Xing San's eyes widened, and he looked as if he had seen a ghost. Wasn't it said that no one could avoid the divine continent's sure-kill lightning tribulations? How did Qin Fun do it? Oh my God, is this one of the 9 great sure-kill lightning tribulations? The 9 changes true lightning? Everyone, get out of here! Another figure rushed over. When Qin Fun saw the person's face, he felt relieved. It was the Broken Flower City's castellan, Yang Batian. Chapter 1764. Seeing that it was Yang Batian, Qin Feng heaved a sigh of relief. He knew that with Yang Boshan's spirit detecting stage 2 cultivation, he wouldn't be destroyed by the 9 changes true lightning. In fact, Yang Batian could even help him block the power of the lightning. Actually, back in the Fallen God Sea secret territory, Qin Feng had used the lightning to kill Xiahou Xing, a disciple of a 5-star sect in the Eastfield continent. At that time, Xiahou Xing was at the Buddha's light level 4, but because he was a core disciple of a 5-star sect in the Eastfield continent, his strength was comparable to a northern sand continent cultivator at the Buddha's light level 6. At that time, Qin Feng had only used the lightning from breaking through the Buddha's light level 1. Now, he had triggered the lightning from breaking through the Buddha's light level 3. One could imagine that this lightning could instantly kill a Buddha's light level 6 cultivator. Brother Qin, you actually triggered the lightning from breaking through the Buddha's light level 1? Even an expert like Yang Batian was shocked by what he saw. He had lived for over 100 years, but he had never seen a cultivator in the North Sand Continent who could trigger a sure-kill lightning calamity. In fact, he had never even heard of such a thing. Qin Feng didn't have time to explain. Many people in the Sea of Lightning were only at the Saint King realm, such as Lu Jie and Yun Zhe. If they continued to stay, they would be blown to smithereens. Brother Yang, join forces with Xing Sanfeng and help me block this wave of lightning tribulation. Actually, there was no need for Qin Feng to say anything. Yang Batian had already made his move. He was indeed a powerful cultivator at the true spirit realm. With a casual palm strike, a large air barrier appeared above his head, enveloping everyone within it. Rumble. It was as though the deadly thunder tribulation had a mind of its own, as it specifically targeted the cultivator with the highest cultivation base in the Sea of Lightning. Several lightning bolts as thick as the waist of a Taoist exploded in an instant, tearing a hole in the air barrier that Yang Batian had erected. Pooh! Yang Batian spat out a few mouthfuls of blood, but he didn't care. He took a deep breath, and the broken air barrier was instantly repaired. Xing Sanfeng came to his senses and hurriedly used the far diversion technique to help Yang Batian support the air barrier. Then, he saw a black figure rush into the Sea of Lightning and complain. What the hell, young Master Qin, have you gone crazy? You didn't make any preparations before breaking through the lightning tribulation? Are you planning to have everyone die with you? It was Li Tao. Not long ago, he had helped Qin Fen resist a thunder test outside the Blood Evil Bay City. That thunder test was still fresh in his memory. He would never forget it for the rest of his life. What he didn't expect was that the lightning tribulation would come again after just over a month. You stinking brat. If you're afraid of death, then get out. Qin Fen scolded angrily, but his hands were quickly making hand gestures, refining array flags and spirit stones to perfect the rank 6 defensive array. Despite Li Tao's constant grumbling, he had long since joined Yang Batian and Xing Feng's team. Within the Sea of Lightning, the three of them had the highest cultivation bases. Now that they had joined forces to resist the lightning, they were barely able to hold on. Young hero Qin, your lightning tribulation is too abnormal. I'm worried that you won't be able to break through to the true spirit realm. Li Tao grumbled a few more times. It seemed that the previous lightning tribulation had left a huge shadow in his heart. The second wave of lightning tribulation finally calmed down. Apart from the dense dark clouds in the sky, everything was calm, as usual. It felt like the crazy lightning just now was just an illusion. Qin Fen knew that it was definitely not an illusion. It was the sure-kill lightning tribulation triggered by his breakthrough. He had already experienced this kind of abnormal lightning tribulation for the third time. He even had the thought of giving up on cultivating. However, these messy thoughts were quickly suppressed by him. He calculated in his heart that only 4 lightning tribulations had fallen, and there were still 5 lightning tribulations left. The further the lightning tribulations, the more powerful they would be. What Qin Fen needed to do now was to perfect the rank 6 defensive array as soon as possible. Otherwise, it was hard to say whether Yang Batian and the others could withstand the later lightning tribulations. After witnessing the power of the 9 changes true thunder, Lu Jie, Yun Zhe, and the others quickly flew out of the Sea of Lightning. They knew that they would only be a burden if they stayed. Boom! The next lightning tribulation came a little earlier than Qin Fen had expected. The 5th, 6th, and 7th lightning tribulations fell at the same time, instantly piercing through the air barrier in the sky. Yang Batian and the other 2 fell to the ground and vomited blood. They even forgot about their injuries. Their eyes were filled with shock and fear as they stared blankly at the crisscrossing lightning net in the sky. The lightning net was densely packed like silk, and each of them was as thick as a human waist. The thunder was deafening, as if the sky was about to be destroyed. Damn it! This is the kind of lightning tribulation I never want to encounter again. Li Tao was so scared that he almost cried. He acted like a spoiled little girl and cursed. Xing Sanfang was so shocked that he couldn't speak. He felt his scalp go numb. Even Yang Batian, who was at the true spirit stage, felt fear. He even suspected that if he didn't escape, he would die in this lightning tribulation. But when he came back to his senses, the first thing he did was to fly up into the air with his palms, and the broken and dissipated air barrier reappeared. Don't just stand there. Quickly help Brother Qin. If the rank 6 defensive array can't be perfected, all of us will be buried in the sea of lightning. Yang Boshan's expression was serious, and his tone was incomparably dignified. He realized that he was facing a moment of life and death. Li Tao didn't have time to complain. He forced his body to attack. Xing Sanfang took out a pile of medicinal pills. After eating a few, he threw the rest of the medicinal pills to Li Tao and Yang Batian. They were all medicinal pills for healing injuries and strengthening qi. What kind of atrocious thing did Boss do? Even the heavens can't stand it and want to strike him to death. Lu Jie stood several hundred meters away as he muttered to himself. The girls had already been attracted by the commotion and were anxiously standing in the distance. They really wanted to charge into the center of the lightning tribulation to pass the tribulation with Qin Fun, but they were stopped by Lu Jie and Yun Zhe. Brother Qin, how much longer? I can't hold on much longer. Qin Fun had been calmly refining the array the entire time. When he heard Yang Boshan's urgent shout, his mind instantly became chaotic. In fact, the reason the lightning tribulation lasted until now was mainly because of Yang Batian, who was at the true spirit level 2. Li Tao was only at the Buddha's light level 4. Even if his body was transformed into a rank 4 spirit beast, he would at most be at the Buddha's light level 6. As for Xing Sanfang, he was only at the early stage of the Buddha's light level 9. Under the fierce bombardment of this lightning tribulation, the two of them would probably be turned to ashes. After this tribulation, Qin Fun realized the terror of the 9 changes true thunder. He had only broken through to the Buddha's light level 3, but the lightning tribulation he triggered was something that even Yang Batian, who was at the spirit detecting realm 2, couldn't resist. It could be seen that the reputation of this lightning tribulation was not just for show. The few of them had used up all their moves and were about to be completely destroyed by the sea of lightning. Qin Fun didn't even have the mood to set up the array. He even thought about taking the 3 of them away from the sea of lightning. At worst, they would just stop at the Buddha's light level 2. Suddenly, Little Pig's urgent shout came into his mind. Master, Master, hurry and release the destroyer hunting turtle. If Little Pig hadn't mentioned the hunting turtle, Qin Fun wouldn't have thought of the little guy at this moment of life and death. This guy was a rank 9-star beast obtained from the system. However, from the moment he obtained it until now, Qin Fun found that aside from its incomparable appetite, he didn't find anything about it that resembled a rank 9-star beast. However, since Little Pig reminded him, Qin Fun didn't think about it and released the little guy. The hunting turtle was still in its initial state. It was the size of an earthworm and looked like a dinosaur. When everyone saw the 9 changes true thunder, they were terrified. However, after the hunting turtle appeared, it let out a strange cry of excitement and leaped towards the center of the sea of lightning. Little guy, hurry and come back for me. Qin Fun anxiously shouted, but the hunting turtle was as fast as lightning. Qin Fun couldn't even determine its position. Little Pig's voice came again. Master, don't worry. I called the hunting turtle out to devour lightning. Master, don't underestimate its devouring ability. Qin Fun woke up with a start. He remembered the crazy speed of the hunting turtle when it devoured Cultivator's vital energy. Although this guy was small and pitiful, Qin Fun felt terrified when it devoured energy forms. It had even devoured Buddha Light Realm cultivators before. Crackle, crackle. At this time, the 8th and 9th lightning bolts fell one after another. The entire peak of Spirit Immortal Mountain was blasted with a blinding light. When the two lightning tribulations descended, despair filled the hearts of young Batian and the other two. They had risked their lives to block the first 7 lightning tribulations, only to discover that the last 2 lightning tribulations were even more ferocious than the first 7 lightning tribulations combined. Young Batian was grumbling inwardly. Didn't Buddha Light Realm cultivators' lightning tribulation have 3 lightning tribulations? Qin Fan actually triggered the 9 changes true thunder. What kind of heaven-defying cultivation method did he cultivate? Not only Yang Batian, but Li Tao and Xing Sanfang also realized that Qin Fan must have cultivated a heaven-defying cultivation method. If that kind of cultivation method were to be revealed, it would cause an uproar among the cultivators of the Divine Supreme Continent. It might even cause a bloody storm. However, the 3 of them were not in the mood to think about cultivation methods. They stared blankly at the crisscrossing lightning bolts above their heads, counting down their lives and their hearts. Now that they couldn't even protect their lives, why would they care about cultivation methods? Crackle, crackle. Thunder rumbled everywhere, carrying with it the terrifying sound of space being torn apart. The air barrier that was supporting the sky had long been torn apart. Yang Batian and the others did not even have the mood to repair it. Under such a terrifying lightning tribulation, the 3 of them looked sluggish, as if they were waiting for death. After a while, Yang Batian called out softly. He raised his head and felt that the situation had changed. What's going on? Why aren't the lightning bolts falling? Yang Batian wasn't the only one who noticed the abnormality. Xing Sanfang was also screaming. Li Tao even stood up and looked at the scene in the sky dumbfoundedly. The sea of lightning was hovering and condensing in the sky. It was like a strange scene of the end of the world. The lightning bolts hovered in the sky for a long time without falling. In other words, they were actually exploding in the sky, but they didn't fall to the ground. Master, the hunting pincer is working. Hurry up and complete the rank 6 defense formation, Little Pig reminded. Qin Fan was already looking at the sky. He was also shocked by the strange scene. Yang Batian and the others didn't know why this was happening, but Qin Fan was very clear. Although he couldn't see the hunting pincer's tiny figure, he could feel that the hunting pincer was in the center of the sea of lightning. The reason why the lightning didn't fall to the ground was because it was all striking the hunting pincer's body, and the hunting pincer was devouring the lightning bolts. Chapter 1765. The hunting turtle swallowed lightning? Just thinking about it gave Qin Fan goosebumps. That was 9 transformations true lightning. This little guy's swallowing ability was too terrifying. In the middle of the sea of lightning, the hunting turtle's earthworm-sized body seemed incomparably small in the boundless sky. It opened its small mouth, and its mouth was like a black hole, sucking in the crisscrossing lightning into its body. Every bolt of lightning was as thick as a person's waist. It was unknown where they were hidden after entering the hunting turtle's body, but the lightning was continuously being absorbed by it, as if its body was a bottomless pit. Brother Qin quickly set up the formation. Yang Batian was suddenly roused. Although he still didn't understand why such a change in the sky had occurred, he quickly reminded Qin Fan. Why do I feel like the energy of the lightning tribulation has been absorbed? What's hiding in the sea of lightning? Xing Sanfang's eyes were wide open, as if he was talking to himself. Qin Fan was roused and hurriedly began to perfect the formation. His state of mind calmed down once again. The exploding and surging thunder above his head seemed to be in another world. After an unknown amount of time, Little Pig's urgent yell came. Not good, master. The hunting turtle can't hold on any longer. Qin Fan's formation was more or less complete. He hurriedly looked towards the vast sky. There were still over 20 bolts of lightning crisscrossing. A tiny white light fell from the sea of lightning and landed on his body. The white light was the hunting turtle. It seemed to have been struck unconscious by the lightning tribulation. Its eyes were tightly shut, and it lay motionlessly on Qin Feng's legs. White lightning curled around its body, emitting subtle, crackling sounds. Qin Feng extended his hand to touch its body and felt an extremely terrifying energy scatter out. Just how much lightning source did this little guy swallow? Since it wasn't destroyed? Qin Feng was once again shocked by the hunting turtle's swallowing ability. He finally believed that this little guy was a rank 9-star beast. With a slight thought, the hunting turtle was recalled into the system. Thunder roared in the vast sky, and the remaining 20 bolts of lightning instantly fell to the ground. Crap, the lightning tribulation is coming again. Yang Batian and the other two's expressions changed. They still didn't understand what had just happened. Seeing the last 20 bolts of lightning strike, the three of them even felt a sense of death. However, a huge wave of energy spread out and instantly enveloped everyone. When Qin Feng threw out all the array flags and spirit stones in his hands, the rank 6 defense array was completely formed. Circles of pale yellow chi barriers rose into the sky, blocking the thunder tribulation outside. Grade 6 defense array? It's actually so powerful. Rumor has it that the most powerful array master in the North Sand region is only a level 5 spiritual array master. How did Brother Qin create a level 6 defensive array? Could it be that Brother Qin has already stepped into the level of a level 6 array formation grandmaster? My young master Qin is too awesome. I can't take it anymore. The moment the rank 6 array formation appeared, Yang Batian and the other two were shocked. Previously, Qin Feng kept saying that he was going to set up a level 6 defensive array. However, Yang Batian and the other two didn't have much hope. In the entire northern sand continent, array masters were even rarer than pill masters. Given Qin Feng's age, how could he possibly set up a level 6 defensive array? However, the truth was right before their eyes. They had no choice but to believe it. The power of the level 6 defensive array was beyond everyone's expectations. The Thunder Tribulation, which seemed to have the power to destroy the world, was actually unable to break through the defensive array. It only caused ripples in the surroundings of the defensive array. Qin Feng couldn't help but think about how he had trapped the Red Flower Hall's Hall Master Bai Zhanfei with a level 5 trapping array and killed him in the end. Bai Zhanfei was a spiritual elder at level 4 of the True Spirit Realm. Based on this, even a late-stage, true spirit realm cultivator might not be able to break through the level 6 defensive array. After the time it took for a joss stick to burn, the thunder tribulation in the sky gradually calmed down. In the end, the dark clouds dispersed and the sky was clear, as if nothing had happened. Qin Feng felt that the aura in his body had become much stronger. It was obvious that he had successfully stepped into the 3 changes of the Buddha's light. However, before he could rejoice, Yang Batian suddenly shouted in a serious tone, "Not good." A few powerful divine consciousnesses swept over. As soon as he said this, Li Tao and Xing Sanfang's expressions changed drastically. If they hadn't known that Qin Feng had broken through the thunder tribulation, the 3 of them wouldn't have been so careful. However, after knowing that Qin Feng had triggered one of the Northern Sand region's 9 great deadly thunder tribulations, the 9 changes true thunder, they realized how powerful Qin Feng's cultivation technique was. The disturbance caused by the thunder tribulation earlier was so great that half of the Northern Sand region had probably sensed it. Now that people had suddenly come, they were obviously here for the 9 changes true thunder. What should we do now? Qin Feng also realized how serious the situation was. If others found out about the existence of the creation of heaven and earth technique, he wouldn't even know how he died. Qin Feng hadn't sensed any divine consciousnesses sweeping over. It was obvious that the people who had come were all powerful beings. Facing these powerful venerables, he didn't know how to deal with them. "Brother Qin, quickly take everyone and hide. I'll help you deal with this." Yang Batian quickly made a decision. However, as time was tight, he didn't have time to explain in detail to Qin Feng and the others. His figure had already disappeared. Seeing where young Batian had gone, Qin Feng could guess what had happened. The 9 Changes True Thunder had attracted the attention of many powerful venerables of the northern sand region. However, Spirit's immortal kingdom was located in a remote area and lacked spiritual qi. There weren't many sects or clans that cultivated in the surrounding tens of thousands of kilometers. As a result, the powerful venerables who had rushed over were most likely attracted by the great disturbance here. They might not even know that it was the 9 Changes True Thunder's tribulation. Brother Qin, what should we do? Once Yang Batian left, Xing Sanfang and Li Tao were at a loss. They looked at Qin Feng in a daze. However, Qin Feng had already started moving. He quickly threw out formation flags and spirit stones. Although the Grade 6 defensive formation had already been activated, it could still be improved. At that moment, Qin Feng realized an even more serious problem. If the powerful venerables who had come discovered the energy from the energy star stones in Spirit's immortal kingdom, it would be even more troublesome. Go notify all the cultivators in Spirit's immortal kingdom. Immediately retreat from Spirit's immortal kingdom and hide somewhere else. Qin Feng gave orders as he forged the formation. Li Tao and Xing Sanfang didn't know about the existence of the energy star stones, so they were confused by Qin Feng's orders. However, Qin Feng continued, "Have the soldiers of Zhan Ma country stay." Xing Sanfang's eyes lit up. He seemed to have guessed Qin Feng's intentions. Even if he didn't know about the energy star stones, he could sense that there was a mysterious energy in Spirit's immortal kingdom. He had been using this energy to break through to the 9 changes of Buddhist aura. Xing Sanfang finally realized the severity of the situation. If other factions discovered the mysterious energy in Spirit's immortal kingdom, it would probably lead to a bloody battle. Li Tao and Xing Sanfang also left. They hurried to bring the other cultivators away. They planned to make Spirit's immortal kingdom look like a normal mortal city and not attract any cultivator's attention. However, Qin Feng knew that this wasn't enough. Even if all the cultivators in Spirit's immortal kingdom left, the energy from the energy star stones would still be there. Any cultivator at the true spirit realm would definitely be able to sense the existence of this mysterious energy. As a result, he furiously perfected the Grade 6 defensive formation. He wanted to envelop the entire Spirit's immortal kingdom. That way, he could block the divine sense of true spirit realm cultivators. At the same time, he temporarily put the 3 energy star stones in Spirit's immortal mountain back into the system. While Qin Feng was working hard, Yang Batian had already arrived a few thousand kilometers away from Spirit's immortal kingdom. "Who's there? Stop right now, or don't blame me for killing you." A heavy voice rang out from the distance. Yang Batian immediately felt an invisible pressure envelop him. He wanted to run a little further so that the Spirit's kingdom would be a little safer. However, he still landed on his flying sword quickly, as a few more powerful presences had locked onto him. "That's right, Yang Batian." Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Not long after Yang Batian landed, a dozen or so figures landed around him. The two of them stood 100 meters apart, sizing each other up. Soon, Yang Boshin's expression became extremely solemn. "HM, isn't this the city lord of Broken Flower City, Yang Batian? What are you doing here?" Someone asked. As a true spirit realm level 2 cultivator, Yang Batian didn't dare to be disrespectful. He put on a smile and cupped his fists. "Greetings, Brother Yunfei. I was looking for a breakthrough here. I didn't know that Brother Yunfei and the other seniors had arrived." The person who asked the question was the Hall Master of the Hall of Famous Generals, Chao Yunfei. He had appeared at the Merchant City Chamber of Commerce not long ago. He could be considered a partner of the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce. At the same time, he knew that Yang Batian was also a partner of the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce. "Brother Yang, you said you were breaking through here? Were you the one who caused the great changes in the weather?" Another person asked. It was the city lord of Jiangxi City, Mu Yinfeng. Just Chao Yunfei and Mu Yinfeng's status and cultivation far surpassed Yang Boshin's. But through Yang Boshin's observation, the two of them were just relatively weaker people in the crowd. Yang Batian looked indifferent on the surface, but his heart was beating like a drum. He knew that these people were attracted by the 9 transformations' true thunder. If they knew that it was Qin Fun who triggered the lightning tribulation during his breakthrough, they would definitely capture Qin Fun alive. City Lord Mu, it was indeed me who triggered the lightning tribulation when I broke through. Did the lightning tribulation alarm the seniors? Then I'll apologize to the seniors, Yang Batian said reluctantly. Complicated expressions appeared on the faces of the crowd. Disappointment flashed through many people's eyes. If it really was the lightning tribulation triggered by Yang Boshan's breakthrough, then this trip would have been a waste. Yang Batian, are you lying? With your true spirit realm level 2 cultivation, how could you trigger the vast lightning tribulation just now? If I'm not wrong, that's one of the northern sand region's 9 great sure-kill lightning tribulations, the 9 transformations true lightning. A small old man in the crowd suddenly spoke. Yang Batian recognized him and was shocked. This man was the great elder of the North Sand Continent's #1 sect, the invincible sect Wu Xian. Without waiting for Yang Batian to reply, an old man standing opposite Elder Wu Xin said, Wu Xin is right. That should be the 9 transformations' true thunder. Moreover, this thunder tribulation isn't the first time it has appeared in the northern sand region. Just 1 month ago, a 9 transformations thunder tribulation appeared in the Western Rivers desert region. Yang Batian was shocked. This person was the grand elder of the #1 family in the North Sand region, the Feather Sound family, Feather Sound Fan. Although Yang Batian had already anticipated that Qin Fun's 9 transformations true thunder would attract a large group of venerables, he was still shocked when he saw them. Chapter 1766. When Wu Xian and Feather Sound Fan mentioned the 9 changes true thunder, the cultivators who rushed over were shocked. The weakest among them was at the early stage of true spirit realm. However, none of them had ever triggered a sure-kill thunder tribulation. In the past few hundred years, there had never been a cultivator who could trigger a sure-kill thunder tribulation in the northern sand continent. However, the 9 changes true thunder seemed to have appeared today. Junior brother Feather Sound Fan, are you sure you saw the sure-kill thunder tribulation? Another person spoke and called Feather Sound Fan Junior Brother. When Yang Batian looked over, his eyeballs almost popped out of their sockets. The man who spoke was the Northern Sand Continent's first city, Jiang Fian, the governor of Jiang City. He was also one of the Northern Sand Continent's 8 Great Supremes. Among the 8 Great Supremes, Jiang Fian's strength was only below sect leader Long. It was rumored that he had stepped into the peak stage 9 true spirit realm decades ago. It was unknown if he had crossed over to the empty god realm. Even the governor of First City, Jiang Fian, was here. Yang Batian once again realized the seriousness of the 9 changes true thunder. Senior brother Jiang, the White Phoenix City, where the Feather Sound clan is located, is tens of thousands of miles away from here. I'm just guessing that it's a sure-kill thunder tribulation, and it's extremely similar to the 9 changes true thunder in the legends. As for the truth, I don't dare to jump to conclusions, Feather Sound Fan said respectfully. The conversation had escalated to the level of a late-stage true spirit realm cultivator. Those early and middle-stage true spirit realm cultivators did not dare to interrupt. The excitement in Jiang Fian's eyes suddenly dimmed. He said calmly, the 9 great sure-kill thunder tribulation exists in the divine continent. However, it has always been a legend. As for whether it's true or not, no one has been able to prove it. Rumor has it that only a dozen almighty cultivators have triggered the sure-kill thunder tribulation in the divine continent in the past tens of thousands of years. Moreover, no genius or expert could escape death from the sure-kill thunder tribulation. However, there are also rumors that the divine continent's strongest cultivator, the great Tao ultimate god, triggered the sure-kill thunder tribulation but survived. In the end, he stepped into the true god realm and disappeared. Now that one of the 9 changes true lightning tribulations has appeared in the North Sand Continent, It means that a new peerless ultimate god has appeared. His appearance will change the entire Divine Supreme continent situation. It could even lead to the Divine Supreme continent's transcendence or destruction. Jiang Fian's words made everyone's blood boil. The Divine Continent had been in a deep slumber for hundreds of years. Although talented cultivators appeared every year, they were nothing compared to the peerless ultimate gods who could trigger the lightning tribulations. However, everyone quickly calmed down. Based on the current situation, it was hard to say whether the great change in the sky was the 9 transformations' true thunder or not. City Lord Jiang, what do you think we should do? Jiang Fian was the one with the highest realm among them. The Feather Sound fan was waiting for his decision. Yang Batian is clearly lying. Who knows what secrets he has? Since he doesn't want to tell us, we shouldn't force him. Let's go to the source of the lightning and check it out ourselves. Jiang Fian expressed her attitude and immediately received the approval of all the venerables. Previously, Yang Batian said that the lightning tribulations were caused by his breakthrough. However, no one believed him. He was only at true spirit level 2. How could he trigger such an earth-shattering lightning tribulations? Seeing that he couldn't stop the crowd, Yang Batian could only dejectedly move to the side. He really had no other choice. If he were to fight with these people, he would probably be killed instantly. Rumble. However, before everyone could move out, 2 hurricanes appeared in the sky behind them. They were like 2 long dragons. When everyone saw the 2 long dragons, they were still hundreds of miles away. However, in the blink of an eye, the 2 hurricanes had already appeared on the sandy ground hundreds of meters away. They brought up sand and dust, blocking everyone's vision. Who are you? Jiang Fian felt a strong pressure. The early-stage, true spirit realm cultivators were already kneeling on the ground, unable to stand up. Yang Batian was one of the cultivators who was suppressed to the point that he couldn't circulate the Yuan Qi in his body. He was shocked. He originally thought that he could do whatever he wanted in the North Sand Continent with his realm. However, now that he had encountered so many powerful beings, his confidence was shattered. You don't have the right to ask about my name. A loud roar came from the hurricanes. However, the aura caused Jiang Fian to spit out a few mouthfuls of blood. The cultivators present were dumbfounded. They knew that Jiang Fian had already stepped into the peak true spirit realm 9, but he couldn't even withstand a single blow from the other party. Needless to say, the 2 people who came were ultimate gods who had stepped into the empty god realm. I didn't know it was the empty god realm seniors. Please forgive me. Jiang Fian no longer had the arrogance from before. He even knelt down and apologized. The 2 hurricanes had already surrounded the crowd. The wind suddenly stopped, and 2 ancient figures were suspended in midair. Their bodies were emitting an aura that looked like light and mist. It's the reclusive, immortal Dongxian. That should be the reclusive, immortal Dongxian, right? Someone had already recognized the 2 and could not help but exclaim. In the 4 continents of the Divine Continent, there was a group of reclusive experts. These people were the real old monsters, representing the most powerful group in each continent. They usually did not care about the world and only focused on cultivation. They might only come out once every few hundred years. Therefore, many people had forgotten their realms, sects, and even names. Fortunately, the cultivators present were considered the top powerhouses of the Northern Sand Continent. They were knowledgeable enough to recognize the 2 reclusive, immortals. A deadly lightning tribulation appeared here? Dong Xinjian asked. Many people had forgotten his real name. They only knew that he was called Dong Xinjian. Very few people remembered that his real name was Dongxian Su. Jiang Fian replied respectfully after realizing that he had saved his life. Senior Dongxian, there was a huge change in the weather not long ago. As for whether it's a deadly lightning tribulation or not, it's still hard to say. Dongxian did not even look at Jiang Fian. His gaze was fixed in the direction of Mount Celestial Spirit. The immortal too. He mumbled to himself. Someone must have triggered a deadly lightning tribulation. Otherwise, why would a normal cultivator trigger a lightning tribulation? It's just that this area is lacking in spiritual energy. Why would there be a deadly lightning tribulation? Oomph. What's the point of guessing here? Let's go and find out. The spiritual master of Dongshuan's voice was still echoing in the air, but he was long gone. By the time everyone came to their senses, Boundless Sea was gone as well. The group of true spirit stage cultivators heaved a sigh of relief. If the Northern Sand Region cultivators were to witness this scene, they wouldn't know what to say. After a moment of silence, Feather Sound Fan said, "City Lord Jiang, should we also go and take a look?" Jiang Fian had just been humiliated and had nowhere to vent her pent-up anger. She shouted at the Feather Sound Fan, "Your legs are your own. If you want to go, then go. Why are you asking me?" Yuan Fan rolled her eyes but did not dare to refute. She cursed the divine continent for being a place where only the strong were respected. After a brief moment of hesitation, everyone stepped on their flying swords and rushed in the direction of Mount Spirit Immortal. There might be a cultivator who had triggered a sure-kill lightning tribulation over there. Even if they had to risk their lives, they had to find out the truth. Yang Batian was the only one left in the clearing. His face was full of worry, but there was nothing he could do. Senior brother Dongxian, this is a mortal city. How could there be a cultivator who triggered the lightning trial? Did we make a mistake? In the sky above Spirit Immortal Kingdom, two cultivators in long robes floated in the air. Their silhouettes looked illusory. Junior brother Wuliang, don't be fooled by appearances. Regardless of whether the calamity just now was a sure-kill lightning tribulation or not, it did startle the two of us. This means that there must be an expert breaking through here. Take a closer look. This mortal city has a level 6 defense array, Dong Xianzi said. Wuliang Hai's expression changed. He had clearly felt the energy of the array. It was not normal for a mortal city to have a level 6 defense array. Qinfen did not expect his cleverness to backfire. However, he also did not expect that the lightning tribulation he was breaking through would attract a virtual god stage expert. Otherwise, he would not have perfected the level 6 defense array, nor would he have covered the entire Spirit Immortal Kingdom with arrays. What's up there? The ordinary soldiers of Zhanma country noticed something strange. Many of them surrounded the city gate and looked into the sky. All they saw were 2 rings of light and fog hanging in the air, like UFOs on Earth. Dong Xiansu and Wuliang Hai did not even bother to look at the discussions on the ground. These mortals were as weak as ants in their eyes. They could kill them all with a wave of their hands. However, they did not even bother to wave their hands. Kill a bunch of mortals? That was too degrading. The two of them stayed in the air for half an instant's time. Suddenly, Dong Xian's eyes lit up, and he flew towards Spirit Immortal Mountain. Senior brother Dong Xian, there's a strange energy here. It's extremely powerful. Wuliang Hai had already noticed the anomaly. Dong Xianzi took a deep breath and tried to split open Spirit Immortal Mountain with a palm strike. However, before he could finish his move, an old voice drifted over. "So it's Senior Dong Xian and Senior Wuliang. I didn't know the two of you were here. Please forgive me for not going out to greet you." Dong Xian stopped what he was doing. He and Wuliang Hai looked towards the west at the same time. A white-robed figure floated over like a spirit. "It's Long Qianjun? You've stepped into the virtual god realm?" Dong Xian's expression changed. "I didn't expect Senior Dong Xian to remember me. It's my honor." The person was indeed Long Qianjun. However, his silhouette was like light and fog. Clearly, it was one of his clones. I didn't expect there to be so many cultivators in the Northern Sand Continent who have stepped into the virtual god realm in recent decades. This is something worth celebrating. Wuliang Hai smiled while stroking his white beard. "Compared to the two of you, our realms are too far apart. The two of you have always been the role models for the cultivators of the Northern Sand Continent to follow." Even though Long Qianjun had successfully broken through to the virtual god realm, he did not put on any airs in front of Dong Xiansu and Wuliang Hai. It was obvious how powerful the two of them were. Chapter 1767. Long Qianjun was puzzled. Senior Dongxian, are you sure you're not mistaken? A deadly lightning tribulation appeared in the northern sand continent. Dongxian stared at him sharply. Long Qianjun, you better not play tricks in front of me. Don't think you're powerful just because you've stepped into the empty god realm. I can kill you anytime I want. There was a sudden smell of gunpowder in the air. Long Qianjun said with a rather cold expression, Senior Dongxian, I've always admired your character and talent in cultivation. I've always looked up to you as a role model. I don't know how I've offended Senior Dongxian. Please tell me. Dongxian scoffed. Oomph. Don't talk nonsense. Hand over the guy who triggered the deadly lightning tribulation if you really admire me. I've already said that I don't know anything about the deadly lightning tribulation. Moreover, there hasn't been a peerless ultimate god's lightning tribulation in the divine continent for hundreds of years. Why would it suddenly appear in the northern sand continent? Long Qianjun's attitude was firm. A ferocious aura suddenly surged out from Dong Xuance's body, frightening the cultivators who rushed over a few thousand meters away, not daring to approach. Seeing that the situation was about to explode, Boundless Sea chuckled. Ha! Senior Dongxian, why are you so angry? Long Qianjun, let me ask you, what's going on with the terrifying lightning tribulation that appeared in this area? Dongxian retracted his aura and stared coldly at Long Qianjun. Long Qianjun did not look at him as he cupped his fists at Wu Yanghai and said, Senior Wu Yanghai, there was indeed a huge lightning tribulation here. It's my breakthrough to the empty god realm. Gah! The crowd was dumbfounded as soon as he said that. The cultivators who were thousands of meters away could also hear what Long Qianjun said. Everyone was attracted by the terrifying lightning tribulation and rushed over from thousands of miles away. Who knew that it was Long Qianjun's breakthrough to the empty god realm? The others could not see through Long Qianjun's cultivation base, but Dong Xuance and Wu Yanghai could. From the unstable virtual god aura on Long Qianjun, they could tell that he had just broken through to virtual god level not long ago. For a moment, the two of them were in low spirits and even a little self-deprecating. As immortal venerables who had not entered the world, they usually did not come out once in 100 years. Today, because of the change in the weather, they came out to investigate, but in the end, they made such a big mistake. Long Qianjun had been secretly observing the two. When he saw the subtle changes in their expressions, he hastily continued, Seniors, I've only heard about the divine continent's sure-kill lightning tribulation. I've never seen it with my own eyes. Could it be that the lightning tribulation really exists? Dongxian was not in the mood to answer. Boundless Ocean, on the other hand, blurted out disinterestedly, the sure-kill lightning tribulation is not a rumor. It has indeed appeared in the Divine Supreme mainland before, but Senior Brother Dongxian and I have never seen it with our own eyes. But recently, there have been two major changes in the weather in the northern sand continent. The last one was just slightly more than a month ago, and today, there's another one. I thought it was a sure-kill lightning tribulation. The Infinite Sea bitterly smiled as he spoke. The rest of his words were self-evident. So that's how it is. But I've heard that no cultivator can successfully break through and survive the sure-kill lightning tribulation. Senior Boundless Ocean, since you've seen it twice, it's obviously not a sure-kill lightning tribulation. As soon as he said that, a look of realization appeared on Boundless Ocean's face. He mumbled to himself, That's right. No cultivator can survive a sure-kill lightning tribulation. Looks like the two changes in the weather aren't sure-kill lightning tribulation. Even Dongxian's eyes flashed with doubt, as if he was starting to doubt his previous thoughts. The cultivators standing far away could clearly hear the conversation between Long Qianjun and Boundless Ocean. Everyone sighed. It seemed like they had made a fuss out of nothing. Many cultivators had already left. Even though they were true spirit stage powerhouses, they were not confident facing three empty god stage seniors. Even in northern sand continent's first city's castellan, Jiangfian, had been slapped in the face. Or were they? Senior brother Dong Xian, let's go back. Boundless Ocean sighed. Suddenly, Dong Xian Su turned around and struck his palm. The huge Mount Spiritual Immortal exploded into pieces. His sudden action shocked Boundless Ocean and Long Qianjun. Rumble. The explosions did not stop. However, the three empty God Stage powerhouses did not move an inch. The flying pieces seemed to have eyes. Just as they were about to land on the three of them, they immediately flew elsewhere. Senior brother Dong Xian, what are you doing? Boundless Ocean really did not understand. Dong Xiansu did not answer. His eyes stared straight at the ruins of Mount Spiritual Immortal. A moment later, disappointment flashed through his eyes. Clearly, he did not notice anything. Long Qianjun, what is this place? Why are you breaking through here? Dong Xian suddenly asked. Boundless Ocean was confused as well. Normally, cultivators would choose to break through in places with abundant spiritual qi. They were afraid that they would fail at the crucial moment due to insufficient spiritual qi. Long Qianjun was breaking through to empty God Stage. The amount of spiritual qi he needed was even more terrifying. Why would he choose to break through an immortal city that was lacking in spiritual qi? Senior Dong Xian, I don't know what this place is called. This is obviously Immortal City. The reason I chose to break through here is to avoid being disturbed by my enemies. After all, the Dragonrise Merchant Guild has been looking for me. Many cultivators in the northern Sand Continent had heard about the conflict between Long Qianjun and Dragon Soul. Existences like Dong Xianjunren and Immortal Lord Wu Liang knew the details of the incident. Long Qianjun's words were flawless. Even if Dong Xian should try to pick a bone from an egg, he could not find a loophole. I see. It must have been hard on you all these years. But now that you've entered the empty God Stage, I believe the Dragonrise Merchant Guild will have to restrain themselves. Boundless Ocean sighed. Long Qianjun immediately cupped his fists and said, Thank you for your concern, Senior Dong Xian. Boundless Ocean nodded and did not say anything else. He looked at Dong Xiansu and said, Senior Dong Xian, I'll make a move first. Who knows how many years it will be before we meet again. The ethereal voice was still echoing in the sky. Boundless Ocean's figure had already disappeared. Dong Xiansu frowned and looked around again. Finally, he snorted and left. Spirited Immortal Mountain had been blasted into ruins. Piles of rubble were piled up. It was a messy scene. Long Qianjun waited for the time it took for an incense stick to burn before he wiped the cold sweat off his forehead and let out a long sigh of relief. Master, thank you for your hard work. A voice came. A few seconds later, Qin Fun's silhouette landed on the ruins. Looking at spirited Immortal Mountain that had been blasted to the ground, a cold light flickered in his eyes. At the same time, he was glad that he had stored the 3 energy star stones into the system. Otherwise, the consequences would be unimaginable. Fenger, don't even think about provoking Dong Xiansu for now. Even I can't see through that guy's cultivation realm. You won't stand a chance against him. Long Qianjun saw through Qin Fun's thoughts. Don't worry, Master. I'm not stupid. That old thing is bullying me. I'll get back at him sooner or later. Long Qianjun did not ask about Qin Fun's cultivation method. He knew that Qin Fun's cultivation method must be heaven-defying if he could trigger the sure-kill lightning tribulation. Once such a cultivation method came to light, the entire divine continent would be plunged into a bloodbath. At the same time, Long Qianjun did not ask about the energy star stones. Although he did not know what kind of energy it was, he had long sensed that there was a cultivation resource more powerful than spiritual energy in the spirit immortal kingdom. If this kind of energy were to spread, it would be a catastrophe for the divine continent. Chapter 1768. The lightning tribulation was more daunting than dangerous. After 5 days, no other venerable ones came to the spirit immortal kingdom. This made everyone feel relieved. However, after this lesson, Qin Fun realized the importance of the sure-kill lightning tribulation in the eyes of the divine continent's cultivators. He decided to set up a shielding formation or directly enter the astral world to break through the lightning tribulation in the future. As for what cultivation method Qin Fun was cultivating in the Energy Star Stone, no one asked him. Lu Jie and the others thought that if Qin Fun took the initiative to tell them, they would listen. If Qin Fun didn't want to tell them, then there was no need to ask. Qin Fun didn't stay idle during these 5 days. He used 3 days to stabilize his new cultivation and the last 2 days to perfect the level 6 defense formation. The entire Spirit Immortal Kingdom's border was covered by the defense formation. In front of the level 6 defense formation, even a late true Spirit Realm cultivator would have a hard time breaking it. After confirming that those venerable ones wouldn't come again, Qin Fun placed the Energy Star Stone back in the Spirit Immortal Kingdom. Now that Spirit Immortal Mountain was gone, he buried the Energy Star Stone deep underground. This time, Qin Fun only placed 2 Energy Star Stones. First, he was afraid that 3 Energy Star Stones would produce a huge amount of energy that would attract the attention of others. Second, he planned to keep 1 Energy Star Stone with him as a backup. After all, the energy of the Energy Star Stone in the 100-kilometer ray sniper was almost used up. It would be embarrassing if he encountered a powerful opponent one day. Now that Long Qianjun had stepped into the empty God realm, Qin Fun could rest assured with him in the Spirit Immortal Kingdom. He once again embarked on a journey to White Spirit Mountain. He promised the Bright Moon Tower Master that he would get the White Spirit Pill. He didn't want to break his promise. This journey was a little special. Qin Fun's usually lonely figure had an additional beautiful figure beside him. Big brother Qin Fun, where are we going? Are there any small monsters for me to fight? Zhang Kuku's face was filled with joy. She was a troublemaker. Ever since she came to the Divine Continent, she had been bored to death. Seeing that Qin Fun was going to leave again, she pestered him for 3 days and 3 nights before she convinced him to bring her along. There's no little monster. You have to listen to me on the way, or else I'll send you back to the Spirit Immortal Kingdom immediately. Qin Fun put on a stern face and pretended to be serious. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to control this crazy girl. In fact, Qin Fun did not bring Zhang Kuku with him because he was soft-hearted. Every corner of the Divine Continent was fraught with danger. Even with his 3 changes Buddha aura, he could not guarantee his own safety. He had brought Zhang Kuku with him because she was different from other women. She had the gene of an ancient giant beast in her body. She needed to temper herself to become stronger. Moreover, Qin Fun had an Energy Star Stone with him, which he could use to strengthen Zhang Kuku's genes. It'll be so boring if there aren't any little monsters. Zhang Kuku immediately pouted. Qin Fun couldn't help but kiss her. He then patted her head and said with a smile, "There are a lot of bad people. When the time comes, you can use them to practice." Qin Fun couldn't help but recall the power of Zhang Kuku's fist energy. Any cultivator who offended her would have to suffer 8 lifetimes of bad luck. Great! Kuku likes to eliminate evil and promote good deeds. If any bad guy dares to stand in front of me, I'll smash his head with a punch. Zhang Kuku waved her little fist excitedly. Qin Fun heard the sound of an explosion. If he didn't dodge in time, he would have been injured by Zhang Kuku. This girl was definitely a dangerous person. She looked like a harmless little lowly, but when she fought, she was like a King Kong. Zhang Kuku realized that she almost injured Qin Fun. She smiled awkwardly and said, "Big brother Qin Fun, do you want it?" Qin Fun was speechless. He had spent a few nights in Spirit Immortal Kingdom with Zhang Kuku. "You want again?" "No, I don't care. If Big brother Qin Fun wants it, just tell me. We'll fight on the spot. Don't hold it in. You'll get sick," Zhang Kuku said seriously. Qin Fun was speechless. He didn't think about it at first, but after hearing Zhang Kuku's words, he dragged her to a small cave and fought. The cloud soaring all was extremely fast. 5 days later, the 2 of them arrived at the Feng Province. The Feng Province was a large region in Jiangchuan. It contained many cities, clans, and sections. It was much more prosperous than the Pear Province. Qin Fun landed the cloud soaring all on Mount Wu in the Feng Province. The Huaxia Chamber of Commerce's priority was to develop the Jiangchuan region. Mount Wu is located in the middle of the Jiangchuan region. Many sects and clans in this region had not been developed yet. Big Brother Qin Feng, what is this place? Why does it feel so cold? Zhang Kuku couldn't help but shiver when she got out of the clouds, soaring all. She was not the only one who felt it. Qin Feng also felt it. The yin qi here is very strong. Don't mess around. Listen to me. A bad feeling rose in Qin Feng's heart. He pretended to be strict and taught Zhang Kuku a lesson. This girl was a troublemaker. He had to teach her a lesson. Zhang Kuku pouted and complained unhappily. Big Brother Qin Feng, I've been very obedient along the way. You've been in the cave twice, and the clouds soaring all thrice. I've never refused. Qin Feng's face was already flushed. He quickly interrupted her and said, "That's not what I'm talking about. All right, let's get down to business." Zhang Kuku was instantly energized when she heard that they were going to get down to business. Big Brother Qin Feng, I heard that the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce has become one of the top 10 chambers of commerce in the northern Sand Continent. Are we going to conquer some forces in the Jiangchuan region? Developing the Jiangchuan route is only one of the reasons. I still need to go to Mount Bailing Spirit to look for something, said Qin Feng. Qin Feng felt complicated when he mentioned Mount Bailing Spirit. He did not know if he could find Mount Bailing Spirit this time. Even if he did find it, it was said that the area was a forbidden area. He might not even be able to enter it, let alone find the divine white spirit bird and retrieve its inner core. Zhang Kuku obviously did not care about the second half of Qin Feng's sentence. When she heard that they were going to develop the Jiangchuan route, she immediately waved her little fists and cheered. "Ha! This is great. Kuku likes to conquer people with violence. Big Brother Qin Feng, tell me, which sect should we attack first?" Kuku can knock out their sect leader's front teeth with one punch. Qin Feng rolled his eyes. He suddenly regretted bringing this girl along. However, before he could say anything, a few evil laughs came from behind. "Hee, who is this beautiful female cultivator going to attack? I'll help you, okay? This woman looks so unique. She's a rare sight even among the hundreds of millions of female cultivators in the northern Sand Continent. Brat, do you know whose territory you are in? Leave your storage ring behind and get lost. If you do that, we will spare your worthless life." Qin Feng turned around and saw 5 cultivators flying towards him. The 5 of them were dressed differently, and their faces were ferocious. It was obvious that they were bandits who killed and robbed people. This was not Qin Feng's first time encountering bandits. When he and Sister Hong were on the way to the Red Flower Hall's assessment, they had encountered Li Sha and his gang. Qin Feng even obtained a grade 5 fire talisman and 2 lightning elemental orbs from Li Sha. The flying magic tool that they used was also robbed from those bandits. It was Zhang Kuku's first time traveling on the Divine Continent. To her, this journey was filled with dangers and dangers. She never expected to encounter bandits as soon as they arrived at the soaring cloud hall. She was extremely excited. Before Qin Feng could say anything, Zhang Kuku looked at the bandits and shouted excitedly, "Is what you said true? Am I really beautiful in the northern Sands continent?" The 5 bandits were dumbfounded. They had robbed many female cultivators, but those female cultivators would avoid them as if they had seen ghosts. But today, they encountered a beautiful woman who took the initiative to ask questions. The man in the red cloak who stood at the front of the 5 bandits seemed to be the leader. He squinted his eyes and looked at Zhang Kuku. In fact, the women on the Divine Continent had an ethereal temperament due to their cultivation. Their skin was fair and they were beautiful. However, Zhang Kuku was a super cute loli. On top of that, her puberty was too hot. Therefore, she was considered rare in the Divine Continent. The leader's name was Nier. He had already stepped into the Buddha Aura 4 Changes realm. When he saw that Qin Feng was only at the Buddha Aura 3 Changes realm, and Zhang Kuku's aura was nowhere to be seen. She was most likely a woman who had not cultivated. "Huh, miss, I never lie. You are the prettiest woman I have ever seen." Nier wanted to act like a decent man, but he looked like a bad guy when he smiled. Zhang Kuku did not even look at him. Instead, she hugged Qin Feng's arm excitedly and shouted, "Big brother Qin Feng, did you hear that? I said I'm the most beautiful woman in the northern Sands continent. You must cherish me." Qin Feng was speechless. Then, she shouted at Nia Er, "Hey, since you praised me, I won't lower myself to your level. Bring them away now, or else you'll have to bear the consequences." The 5 bandits were stunned. They already suspected that this beautiful woman was stupid, but now they were sure of it. However, the 5 of them did not mind at all. Instead, they smiled even more wretchedly. Women with stupid brains were the ones who would go crazy when they played. "Hee hee, young lady, I'm the boss of this area. Do you want me to bring you out to play for a few days?" Nier looked at Zhang Kuku with a smile. His subordinates glared at Qin Feng fiercely. Why are you still standing there like a fool? If you don't get lost now, don't even think about leaving. Our big brother Nya is a venerable who has entered the 4th transformation Buddha aura. He can kill an ant like you with one hand. Qin Feng had already seen through the strength of the 5 bandits. Among the other 4, 2 had just entered the 1st transformation Buddha aura, and the other 2 were still in the Saint King realm. The 5 bandits had been clamoring for a long time, and Qin Feng was already dissatisfied. However, before he could make a move, Zhang Kuku suddenly walked toward the crowd. Qin Feng hesitated for a moment, but in the end he stood still. These 5 bandits were no match for Zhang Kuku, so it was not a bad idea to let that silly girl practice her skills. When Zhang Kuku took the initiative to walk toward them, Nia Er and the other 4 were so excited that they even thought of killing her on the spot. I didn't expect you to be even more beautiful up close. You're so charming. Brat, since you don't want to live anymore, Grandpa will fulfill your wish." Chapter 1769. Seeing that Qin Feng was still standing there foolishly, one of the bandits swung his fist at him. This man was only an 8th realm Saint King, but because he had Nia Er's support, he didn't put Qin Feng in his eyes at all. He believed that if the other party dared to fight back, Big Brother Nia Er would definitely kill him first. Update fast, no ads. Qin Feng really didn't make a move, but something unexpected happened. That little beauty, who had never cultivated before, actually met him with a punch. Not only was the lackey shocked, but the expressions of Nia Er and the others also changed dramatically. "Si Chi, if you dare to hurt even a hair of this little girl, I won't forgive you," Nia Er yelled. No matter how weird his taste was, he wasn't interested in doing anything to corpses. Si Chi was soaked in cold sweat. He wanted to stop as well, but apparently it was too late. "Silly girl, get out of the way." Si Chi let out a strange cry. As soon as he finished speaking, a loud bang was heard. His huge iron fist collided with Zhang Keek's small pink fist. The commotion was beyond everyone's expectations. "Si Chi, you bastard, you killed that girl." Nia Er was about to explode. How could he not be enraged when he saw the beauty he was so close to getting killed with a single punch? However, in the next second, Nia Er and the others froze on the spot. The scene of the little beauty exploding did not occur. Instead, a loud boom rang out, and Si Chi exploded on the spot. There was a strange smell in the air. Zhang Kuku yelled excitedly, "Big brother Qin Feng, don't you think I'm awesome? I punched the bad guy until he exploded." Qin Feng was speechless. He didn't know what to say to Zhang Kuku. Nia Er and the others snapped out of their daze. "Big brother, Si Chi is dead. That kid must have done it secretly. He actually dared to kill Si Chi. Big brother, you have to avenge Si Chi." The remaining 3 henchmen glared at Qin Feng fiercely. Obviously, they did not believe that Si Chi was killed by Zhang Kuku, so they shifted their suspicion to Qin Feng. "An ant like you dares to behave atrociously in this daddy's territory? I'll give you a choice right now. Throw away your storage ring and commit suicide as an apology. Otherwise, I'll make you wish you were dead," Nia Er said. Qin Feng acted as if he hadn't heard anything and stood to the side with an indifferent expression. Zhang Kuku had long disliked these people. When she heard that Nia Air dared to threaten Qin Feng, she snorted and charged at them. Bastards, I'll show you how powerful heroine Kiki is. Her rush startled the crowd. Nia Air immediately shouted, Quick, capture that silly girl first. I'll deal with that ant. The three lackeys immediately flew over with a playful look on their faces. They all had the same idea. When they captured Zhang Kuko later, they could take the opportunity to touch her body. Rumble. However, as soon as this thought popped up in his mind, a loud bang rang out in the air. The man who was the first to reach Zhang Kuku suddenly froze. His eyes widened in horror and disbelief. Bang! There was another muffled sound. This time, it was caused by the explosion of the man's body. The other two had been standing aside in a daze. Suddenly, they realized a horrifying fact. This little beauty in front of them didn't seem to be as weak as she looked. It seemed that Si Chi was truly killed by her. It feels so good to kill a baddie with a single punch. Most women would tremble in fear when they saw a bloody scene, but Zhang Kuku was definitely an exception. The more she fought, the more excited she became. Her speed was so fast that Qin Feng's eyes went blurry. Before Qin Feng could see what was going on, two loud explosions rang out, and the air was filled with the pungent smell of blood. After that, the four bandits could no longer be seen. Zhang Kuku's ferocity shocked Qin Feng. He realized that this girl did not use her full strength when they fought in Spirit Immortal Kingdom a few days ago. She must have been afraid of hurting him. A sudden gust of wind rose. It turned out that Nia Air had regained his senses. He was enraged when he saw that his four lackeys had been killed. His fist was already in front of Zhang Kuku. Qin Feng tensed up. Although he believed that Zhang Kuku was stronger than Nia Air, the old man's sneak attack was smooth and natural. It was obvious that he was used to sneak attacks. On the other hand, Zhang Kuku had no combat experience, so she would most likely be at a disadvantage. Just as the thought popped up in his mind, a loud explosion rang out. Qin Feng's heart was in his throat. He swore that if Nia Air really hurt Zhang Kuku, he would cut that bastard into 1,000 pieces. A figure was sent flying, followed by a heart-wrenching scream. It was a man's voice. Qin Feng heaved a sigh of relief. Then, he saw Zhang Kuku was still in her punching posture. Her movements were stiff and clumsy. She did not even have the most basic horse stance. Yet it was this silly girl who had no combat experience who defeated a cultivator of the Four Changes Buddha aura with a single punch. Kuku, are you all right? Qin Feng leaped forward and pulled Zhang Kuku into his arms. Big brother Qin Feng, what's the cultivation realm of those guys? Why are they so weak? Don't tell me they're just ants in the immortal chi stage. If I knew they were weak, I wouldn't have made a move. What a shame for my heroine. Zhang Kuku grumbled. Qin Feng was speechless. He thought that if Nia Air heard Zhang Kuku's words, he would die from anger, even if he was not beaten to death. Nia Air was not dead. He was lying in a pothole. However, he was severely injured and kept vomiting blood. Heroine, please spare my life. I have eyes but failed to recognize Mount Tai. I'll kowtow and apologize to you, heroine. Nia Air no longer had the arrogance he had before. He kept kowtowing like a stray dog. If it was any other woman in Qin Feng's shoes, they might have spared Nia Air's life. However, Zhang Kuku was a black-bellied girl. She did not care about anyone's life or death other than Qin Feng's. Stop calling me heroine. Call me great aunt. Zhang Kuku scolded. Nia Air was filled with regret. He thought he had picked up a beauty today, but this woman was more ferocious than a beast. Please spare my life, great aunt. I'll kowtow to you. What's the point of kowtowing to me? I'm your great aunt too. Zhang Kuku placed her hands on her hips and pouted. Nia Air forcefully suppressed his anger and said to Qin Feng, Great aunt, please spare my life. I'm willing to give my storage ring to you two seniors. Qin Feng was not interested in Nia Air's storage ring. What good could a fourth transformation Buddha or a cultivator have? Qin Feng had only robbed the storage rings of true spirit realm cultivators. However, he did not plan to kill Nia Air now. After all, It was his first time in the Feng province. He needed a guide. "Is this the Wu Mountain area?" Qin Feng asked. He had seen the map of the Violet Cloud Valley. The terrain of this mountain range was very similar to the Wu Mountain area marked on the map. Nie immediately replied, "Great Aunt, this is the Wu Mountain area of the Feng province. May I know where you two are going? I can show you the way, but I only ask that you two seniors spare my life." "Do you know where the strongest force in the Wu Mountain area is?" Qin Feng asked. This trip was mainly to the Bailing Spirit Mountain. However, to reach the Bailing Spirit Mountain, they had to pass through the Jiangchuan area. Qin Feng planned to rope in more forces to strengthen the China Chamber of Commerce. However, he did not have time to rope in all the forces here. He planned to find the strongest force in every place he went. As long as these forces were willing to cooperate with the China Chamber of Commerce, it would naturally influence the forces below them to contact the China Chamber of Commerce. This question stumped Nier. The Jiangchuan area was not like the other areas in the Northern Sand region. Places like Luo City, Flower City, and Fire City were dominated by a city lord or a large sect. However, the Jiangchuan area was full of sects and cities. Every area was filled with experts, so it was difficult to determine who the strongest force was. However, Nier quickly came up with an idea. An imperceptible cold light flashed in his eyes. When he regained his composure, he said to Qin Feng respectfully, "Great Aunt, the witch sect is the strongest in the Wu Mountain area. Are you going to find the people from the witch sect?" "Lead the way to the witch sect," Qin Feng said concisely. "All right, I happen to know where the witch sect is. I'll lead the two seniors there." The three of them walked together. Nier walked in front while Qin Feng and Zhang Kuku followed behind him. Along the way, Zhang Kuku looked around curiously. Qin Feng, on the other hand, had his eyes fixed on Nier. He had a hunch that there was something wrong with Nier. After walking for a long time, the gloomy aura around them became denser. Zhang Kuku could not help but shiver. She finally calmed down. "Big brother Qin Feng, why do I feel like the surroundings are so gloomy? I'm so scared." Qin Feng rolled his eyes. He thought to himself, "You're the one who defeated the Buddha Aura 4 forms with a single punch, and you're scared?" However, he still hugged her and patted her back. "It's okay. I'm here. There's nothing to be afraid of." Zhang Kuku blushed. She bashfully hit Qin Feng's chest and almost killed him. "Seniors, the witch sect is right in front of us." Nier, who was leading the way, suddenly stopped in his tracks. Qin Feng looked over and saw that there was indeed a city a few hundred meters away from him. However, for some unknown reason, the sky above the city was covered in dark clouds, giving off an evil feeling. Qin Feng tried to use his divine sense to scan the city, but he found that it was blocked. Zhang Kuku also sensed something was wrong. She hugged Qin Feng's arm tightly. It had been a long time since she last did something stupid. Continue to lead the way. Although Qin Feng had a bad feeling about this, he would not back down since he was already here. However, Nier pretended to be afraid. He did not dare to take another step forward no matter what. "Grand Aunt, the witch sect is a 5-star sect in this area. I don't dare to disturb them with my identity as a rogue cultivator. I know the two seniors must be from a powerful sect, so it's reasonable for you to pay them a visit." Zhang Kuku was displeased. She shouted, "Big brother Qin Feng asked you to leave, so leave. I'll hammer you to death if you continue to talk nonsense." Nier instinctively shielded his chest. Zhang Kuku's punch had left a lingering fear in his heart. Suddenly, he took out a talisman and laughed. "Haha, how dare you step into the forbidden area of the witch sect? Just wait for your death. I'll take my leave first." As soon as he finished speaking, he tried to activate the talisman to escape. However, he suddenly lost all feeling in his body. Even his consciousness was fading away. Rumble. In a split second, Nier's body exploded into pieces. Qin Feng reached into the void, and the talisman fell into his hand. "It's a grade 5 Earth Escape talisman. Kuku, it's yours." Chapter 1770. Qin Fen had been observing Nye Air's every move. As soon as Nye Air took out the talisman, Qin Fen killed him with a fire blade. Nye Air did not even have the chance to activate the Earth Escape Talisman. The level 5 Earth Escape Talisman was a great item. Once it was activated, it could teleport a cultivator thousands of miles away. This small talisman could be a life-saving treasure if the cultivator was being chased by a powerful cultivator of a higher realm. If Qin Fen had acted a little later, Nye Air might have really escaped. Qin Fen recalled the level 6 Blood Escape Talisman that someone took out during the Holy King exchange on the Dragon Rise Chamber of Commerce's airship. The effect of the talisman was similar to the level 5 Earth Escape Talisman. However, the Earth Escape Talisman did not have any side effects, while the Blood Escape Talisman required the cultivator's blood essence to be activated. Qin Fen quickly collected his thoughts. He realized that now was not the time to be concerned about the Earth Escape Talisman. Nye Air's behavior before his death was extremely abnormal. It was obvious that he had set them up. Brother Qin Fen, why do I feel like this place is so gloomy? Why don't we leave this place? Zhang Kuku had a bad feeling. Qin Fen had the same feeling. He sensed a very familiar aura, but he could not recall where it was at the moment. Just when the two of them were about to leave, a piercing wind came from the city that was covered in dark clouds hundreds of meters away. The dark clouds were flying toward them at high speed. It's been years since anyone dared to step into the forbidden area of the witchcraft sect. I didn't expect there to be someone who's not afraid of death. Senior brother by Sean, there are 2 ants. We can take one each. I want that girl. She's such a beautiful girl. She must be delicious. The strange laughter echoed in the sky, as if it was coming from all directions. However, other than the dark clouds that were moving rapidly in the sky, there was not a single person in sight. Zhang Kuku was terrified. After all, she was just a little girl. She felt like she was in the middle of a horror movie. What kind of monsters are you? Show yourselves if you dare. I'll smash your heads into pieces. Zhang Kuku panicked. She randomly threw a few punches, causing explosions in the air. The ferocious aura caused the strange laughter to stop for a moment. This girl is quite ferocious. Junior brother Wu Lei, why don't we swap places? Senior brother by Sean, you chose the girl before you. I won't change it now. Their voices sounded like metal scraping against each other, and it was extremely uncomfortable to listen to them. It was obvious that they did not take Qin Fen and Zhang Kuku seriously. They even had the mood to discuss who to eat. Zhang Kuku's face was filled with anger, but her palms were drenched in cold sweat. The yin qi in this area was thick and gloomy. Dark clouds covered the sun, and there were 2 people who were nowhere to be seen discussing about cannibalism. Qin Feng's expression also changed. He was not afraid, but he suddenly remembered what that familiar aura was. Wasn't it the aura of the verdant sect's heretic cultivators? But the aura here was much stronger than the verdant sect's heretic cultivators. If Qin Feng had not come to the witchcraft sect, he would have almost forgotten about the verdant sect of China. The verdant sect was one of the 3 sects of China, but it was annihilated by Qin Feng in one fell swoop. Not only that, he had refined one of the 5 kings of the verdant sect into the ghost head talisman, which was still with him. Whoosh! Just as he was deep in thought, a gust of cold wind suddenly assaulted him from behind. Qin Feng didn't even think and leaped to the side, instantly landing in an empty space dozens of meters away. Kiki, come here quickly. Qin Fen had a bad feeling when he realized that the witchcraft sect might also be a heretic cultivation sect. Back in China, he had been tormented by heretic cultivation sects for a long time. Now that he was in the divine continent, how could the heretic cultivation sects be easy to deal with? Unfortunately, his warning came a little too late. Zhang Kuku leaped toward Qin Feng, but her body froze in midair. She was shrouded in a layer of black mist that seemed to have materialized into a rope and tied her up. Big brother Qin Feng, please save me. Kuku can't move. Zhang Kuku was so anxious that she broke out in cold sweat. She was not afraid when she entered Devil Beast Mountain on her own, but when she was faced with this ghostly creature that she could not see or touch, she was terrified. You're really a disciple of heretic cultivation sect. You evil creatures, go to hell. Perhaps it was because of the verdant sect, Qin Feng hated the heretic cultivation sect to the core. He roared and slammed his palm into the sky. Two light purple fireballs soared into the sky, instantly dispersing the black mist around Zhang Cuckoo. Ayayaya. This brat actually has a mystical flame. A strange voice filled with anger rang in the air. Another person yelled, "It's useless even if he has a mystical flame. Anyone who dares to step into the witchcraft sect's forbidden land will die." Whoosh! As soon as the voice faded away, a gust of cold wind blew, bringing with it a thick layer of black mist. Zhang Cuckoo was stunned by the strange attack. She hid behind Qin Feng, not daring to move. However, Qin Feng was very calm. He was very familiar with the heretic cultivation sect's methods. "Kiki, hold on to this sword and don't let it fall." Qin Feng waved his hand, and a long sword that shone with golden light and was shrouded in purple lightning flew out. This lightning soul sword was the combination of the pink soul severing sword and the gold thunder divine sword. It was a great Saint Gold-grade spiritual weapon that could use the power of heavenly lightning to kill demons and ghosts. Qin Feng had used this special spiritual sword to kill the verdant sect master, ghost-faced evil lord. Now that he was on the divine continent, he wasn't sure if this spiritual sword would still be effective against the heretic cultivation sect master. Rumble. As soon as the lightning soul sword fell into Zhang Cuckoo's hand, Qin Feng took the initiative to attack. He was not afraid of the black mist that covered the sky at all. He flew toward the center of the black mist, leaving a golden trail under his feet. At the same time, he launched several palm strikes. The purplish hellfire soared into the sky like a fire dragon, dispersing the black mist wherever it went. Ayaya. This brat's mystical flame is really powerful. It seems to be of a high grade. Let's capture that little girl first. I'm not afraid that this brat will resist. Qin Feng knew that the heretic cultivation sect was afraid of the mystical flame. Two clouds of black mist suddenly flew toward Zhang Cuckoo, like two black dragons descending from the sky. A ghastly wail rang out from the black mist, causing Zhang Cuckoo to flee in all directions. Just as the black mist was about to engulf her, a bolt of purple lightning suddenly shot out from her palm, followed by a loud explosion. Rumble. The lightning bolt came to abruptly and suppressed the black mist. The black mist that was flying like a black dragon stopped in midair and let out a heart-wrenching scream. The scream was so creepy that it sounded like the wailing of ghosts. Qin Feng's expression changed again when he saw this scene. The witchcraft sect was made up of a group of ghost cultivators. Kiki, don't be afraid. Use the sword in your hand to attack. Qin Feng quickly regained his senses and reminded Zhang Cuckoo. He realized that the lightning soul sword was effective against the black mist formed by ghosts. You're tuning in to the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.